I sold my soul to the still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was at the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10.
Oh man, it's the last party of the weekend. My name is Chris Burnett. This is 10 Drink Minimum, sponsored by One Topo Chico Seltzer. Right, Smiley?
That is correct.
Do you drink these when you're like off the air?
Yeah, of course I do.
God, you're blurry. Why are you so blurry?
It's because I'm moving so fast.
Alexa, turn the studio lights to red. Let's see if this works. Nothing has been working today. See? No, fuck it. Fuck it.
I guess I'm purple today.
You're purple. You get to be purple. Who cares?
The studio is responding.
Thanks.
Please check if the manual switch is turned on.
Okay.
The device has power and is online.
Awesome. Thanks, A-word.
Yeah. Does yours respond to shut it?
No.
Okay.
Probably. I don't know.
That's just the British.
I don't want the neighbors to call me for domestic violence. You just told her to shut up. I said, shut your mouth.
Mine responds to that.
Yeah. We have some special guests in the studio today.
No way.
Smiley has no idea who anybody is. He has no clue. I never tell him. I don't ever tell him anything.
We're a ragtag team.
Yeah.
Trio.
So from Sandia Music and Sound, we have Byron, Brenda, and Maria. Correct? Did I get all that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
There we go. Yes. Pull that mic closer to you if you can. There you go.
It's like right in your face.
Now talking to it.
Like,
Hello.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Want to make out with it?
There you go.
For a different show.
Oh my god.
That's for the
That's not
second
the
hour.
show, yeah.
That's for the we've had too many drinks. We're a little lit up.
That's for the Topo Chico after show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now we're really good friends. And after show. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Good.
Do you guys all live on the west side? Are you guys west siders?
We live on the west side.
We
you
do.
live
I
downtown?
live downtown. I live
Oh,
like
nice.
4
He's the
blocks
cool
away
kid.
from here.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Now he knows where I live.
I know where you live. What
He's like, I know where that Chris guy lives.
are you gonna do about it?
Can I borrow a cup of sugar?
Yeah, right. No.
You come for all the Topo
butter.
Chico?
He's like, hey man, I don't have any topos. You got any? And I'm like, all right, there's some Topo Chicos.
I wanted to tell you that letter was a success. We might be getting like a half a pallet coming in here.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
We have
like-
Topo Chico.
Like, I told him I was like, they give us like Topo Chico every week, right? And then he's like, the guy asked me if I wanted a pallet of it, and I was like, no. And I was like, why did you say no? Why would you want a pallet of booze?
Because it's
What?
a lot. It's a lot. I'm like, where are we going to put all this? He's
In
like,
our,
well,
in
he's
our
like-
tummies.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But like
Yeah,
100
even.
cases?
That is a lot.
You guys have like a wine cellar you can put it in.
That's what I'm like. Do we have enough space to put this all in?
It's just a wall of
Is
Topo
it really
Chico.
100 cases?
Yes.
He wants to bring 100 cases.
I can keep some of it at my house.
Special flavors.
And you have someone who lives downtown now. He can
Yeah.
keep them at
You know?
his.
I mean,
You know what?
I won't say no.
Yeah.
Maria's
I
like,
won't say
I'll
no.
keep them in my house. I'll be like,
I'll hold on to them for you. Yeah,
Maria,
why not?
Maria, we're here to do some inventory. We're seeing some discrepancies.
It's
Let me clean my room. I'll be
what,
right back.
What inventory? And I
Right.
twiddle my thumbs. What are you talking
He's
about?
like, and you are. That's fun. So Byron, you're the owner of Sandia Music and Sound. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you the sole owner?
Yes. On paper.
On paper.
In spirit, I believe we all kind of own a piece of it.
We all own a piece of it, yeah.
But on paper, yes.
Okay. So what drove you in this day and age to like, I want to open a brick and mortar store, because it seems like a very tough, endeavor.
It has been very tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of little things, really. The biggest thing is having to cross the river for. I'm a drummer,
Uh-huh.
so I go through sticks quite a bit, and having to cross the river to spend $10 on a pair of sticks.
Oh.
So 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back.
So
And the
when you're
experience is
crossing
never
the
fun.
river, where are you headed to?
Can I name drop?
You sure can.
Guitar Center.
Our enemies.
Wow.
I don't.
Big Guitar Center.
I don't know if y'all have heard of Guitar Center.
You would go.
I would just say the not named.
I would have said they're not named.
The warehouse store.
The warehouse
The big
store.
box store.
The
That's
big
not.
box store.
the
Big
You would
box
rather
store.
you would rather go to the big box store than like music around?
It's closer
Oh.
by like 2 minutes.
Okay. So we're like really good friends with the guys who run music around.
They're also here. They come in with sticks.
Surprise!
Well, no. So I have a story for you. So when you guys hit me up, I hit up Mo before I answered back, and I said, "Hey, do you know who these people are?" And he looked it up, and he goes, "No." He's like, "I have no idea." And do you guys know Mo, who runs
No.
music around?
I've heard of him.
He's the lead singer of the band Talking Hours.
Yeah.
Absolutely one of the nicest human beings you will ever meet in your
Okay.
entire life.
That's not even an exaggeration.
I mean,
No,
even if
it is
you guys
weird.
Can arrange that setup? That'd be great.
Oh, I sure could.
Yeah.
So then he immediately goes, "That's amazing." He's like, "There's been a need for a music store on the west side." This is like how he answers me. And I was like, "Yeah, they want me to come by." I was like, and he's like, "Okay." I was all, "So what I'll do is I'll walk in, I'll be all, Mo says hello, and I'll kick in a drum and smash a guitar.
Welcome to town.
And welcome to town. Music go around, and then just walk out."
I got a message for you.
And of course, Mo right away is like, "No." He's so nice.
no,
Such a nice guy.
Yeah, no, that's I mean,
I can arrange that meeting.
so a lot of it was just a very big dream of mine, and kind of piece it together of where we can start to affect our community.
That's what I like.
Yeah,
I like hearing that because doing like art or some sort of business, small business, if you don't have a passion for it, I don't think it would work.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's been a lot of late hours where it's you got to put in the work, right? And if we didn't have a passion for it, if I didn't have a passion for it, there'd be a very quick, this is kind of too much for very little return.
Well, yeah,
It's not worth that
because you own it, you don't get to clock out and go home.
I don't. I
No.
really don't. I work 7 days.
Maria
a week.
does. Maria's
Maria
like, "Fuck
does,
this,
yeah.
bro. He's like, I did my
yeah.
40 hours, man. I'm out.
All the time.
I got
every
all
day.
this fucking Topo Chico to drink." Man.
Yeah, I got all this
I gotta go inventory. Yeah.
inventory.
He's like, I got an unlimited supply of booze.
Oh man.
That would be probably bad, but so how long has it taken to get this up and running?
Oh, I mean, a good part of a year.
Okay.
Yeah. The idea came out around this time last year,
Yeah.
and it was convincing my wife to leave a stable job to pursue self-employment.
For her or you?
For me.
What were you doing?
I was a dealer rep. So
Okay.
I worked for a bank, lending institution.
So a dealer, cool. He was a dealer.
Yeah, I was a dealer.
I'm just kidding.
I was essentially like the middleman, specifically for auto loans. So when you go in, you purchase a car.
Oh, okay,
They say,
okay.
"Oh, let me go call the bank."
I was thinking like
the
a
guy that was
blackjack
What was the
dealer.
bank?
So you were the guy that was like, yeah,
bank.
you can't really afford a Porsche, maybe a Honda.
Yeah, I was the guy on the other side of the glass.
Yeah, like
the
a
tinted window.
You can afford a
Just kinda-
'94 Honda Accord.
Yes, I have had that conversation before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's a good car. I used to have one of those.
And then you're all
Hondas.
and they're
Hondas
all
are great.
they're all like a newer one. No.
No.
2004.
But
As a matter of fact, we have the car here for you. We're just going to give it to you right now.
here you go.
Do you have a trailer? Because it doesn't drive.
Do you have a
It
trailer?
has 2 wheels. You
We'll
gotta find
need,
2.
we'll need a jump.
Yeah, you'll need to jump immediately. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, wow.
And I was doing that for years.
Was it soul crushing?
A little bit.
Yeah.
The soul crushing part was the drive.
Yeah.
So I did all of New Mexico, and I drove around.
You went.
Whoa.
You drove all over New Mexico to
All
go.
over Mexico.
Nope.
Yeah, just
Nope.
to go hang in there
Just
for
in
10
person?
minutes.
Yeah.
To go talk to the guys and be like, hey, don't forget about us. Next time you have someone that needs some help.
Don't forget about us next time you need someone to say no
Yeah.
to you.
If you need me to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So-
I'm good at it.
That was the soul crushing part. And there are some parts of New Mexico where
Oh yeah.
there's nothing there.
It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anton Chico, New Mexico. That's like nothing there.
Yeah. My longest trip, Lordsburg.
Oh, I've been to Lordsburg.
Yeah. There's nothing there.
Nothing there.
There's barely a gas station there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barely.
And that thing is like just
Dude,
barely
like,
holding together.
okay. Is everyone here born and raised New Mexican?
No.
Well, we're actually born in California, but raised New Mexican.
So you guys moved here from
been here a while.
California?
Yeah,
You're one of those people, the white
One
license
of
plate.
those.
we are one of those people.
We did it
When
before.
we were
it was-
babies.
But how long have you been here?
Like I was 3, I think.
Oh, then you pretty
Yeah,
much.
we were raised
and
here.
Maria, you're pretty much here.
No, I was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Raised
Maria will be leaving.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
This is New
I'll see
Mexicans only.
Nah.
New Mexico.
Welcome to New Mexicans only.
New Mexico.
No, but like as a New Mexican, like I understand like the northern part of the state, the eastern part of the state, southeastern, but that little southwestern area by Arizona, I don't know what happens there. I have no
It's
idea.
kind of just a blur.
Yeah.
On the map, it kind of fades out a little
Right.
bit.
I don't
No
really.
one used
Actually,
to
you know what?
know.
To be honest, the whole western side, I don't really. People talk
Yeah.
about towns. They'll say like Comada, and I'm like, what? What is this? What are you talking about? It just sounds like magic or
I get
Say
no.
that again.
I never go down to. I've never been down to the part of the
Yeah.
of New Mexico. Like
no. Like
Unless
like,
you're driving through it.
like northwest is
Yeah.
part of the res. So I'm
Right.
up there.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
northeast is I don't know what's down there.
why is your
Nothing.
camera so blurry? Let me see if I can get it restarted here. Let me see. There we go.
Here we go.
Hooray.
Oh, nice.
We can see you guys.
Yeah, but like.
Look
Yeah,
at that
like
pretty
I
eyes.
swear, the whole western, like I guess northwestern, we know.
Yeah,
right?
northwestern.
Farmington and all that, because
Yeah,
there's,
yeah.
because there's like civilization there. I feel like the western part of New Mexico, though, like you'll probably get shot from like old west people,
I don't know. I was thinking
They just have
probably
the pistols and
Yeah,
the
he's all,
Yeah,
bit
he's
in
all-
their hands.
there's not room enough in this town for the both of us. Randomly just happens a lot,
Just saloons everywhere.
You need to get out of the car.
Yeah.
As soon as you,
And then you're like driving, you're like Lordsburg, like just weird, There's like Truth or Consequences, New Mexico down there, which I actually like that town. But so you were a banker, right?
I was the in between guy of the banker.
Oh.
Yeah. So I
Oh,
wasn't the
so
one
you were
that
the
made
hidden
decision.
hidden guy saying no that
Yeah.
someone else had to tell. Oh wow,
Yes. And I mean,
interesting.
the relationship building was super fun.
Yeah.
So I met a lot of people,
Okay.
but yeah.
So when you went to start your business, did you have to go deal with somebody that had to do it with the bank and all
man.
that?
Full circle.
Yeah. No, I was on the opposite side. So we went through SBA,
Okay.
and man, that was the craziest thing I've ever done.
Oh wow.
That alone was super stressful.
Yeah. So you got to sit on that side, and
I mean, I bought cars before, so
Yeah.
I've been on that side other too.
I know,
But,
I'm just messing.
but
I
yeah,
know.
no. That I think like just I want to say like the intrusiveness,
Mm-hmm.
but like just the detail part that you have to do to get an SBA loan is insane.
Okay.
And again, at that point, if I didn't have a passion for it,
They're
I
all.
would've
You,
been like,
want to
"Ah,
put a
this
music
isn't worth
store in what part of Albuquerque?
it." Well, if you know Albuquerque, it's kind of split up between this and just having that conversation with someone that doesn't really care on the other side.
Yeah. Right.
I think they're out in Houston, maybe, I believe.
Oh, so they don't understand what
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, no, they have no idea what Albuquerque is.
They look at the map and they're like,
Yeah.
"So in Rio Rancho," and you're like, "I do not
Yeah.
want to put it in Rio
Yeah,
Rancho."
I'm like, well, we're next to Texas, and they're like, no, it's Arizona. And I'm like, no, we're next to Texas.
Wow, that's fun.
But yeah, that was
What's
an
been
ordeal and a half.
what's been the biggest like hurdle that you've had to go through?
There's been so many.
So
I mean, just my
many.
soul.
But
just kinda
what
like,
what was the one where you were like, when it finally happened, you were like, "Fucking hey, that's finally done. We're past that." Like an inspection or any kind of
Well, I guess the first is getting the actual approval for
from the
SBA.
bank. Oh,
Because there is many steps that they tell you, we're
Right.
here, we're here, we're here, but it's never the final step to say, here are your funds. And there was a part right at the very end where we had the approval letter. They were like, okay, we're going to give it to you guys. You know, we're going to wait 3 days and it's going to send out. And then the 3 days come, I hear nothing. I call the guy on the fourth day and he was like, well, something's going on. I'm going to have to call you back.
oh wow.
And didn't hear anything until the next day. So now we're on day 5 and I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm almost quitting my job. I put in my 2 weeks. Like what's going on here?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm freaking out. And one of their board members saw our file, realized that the rates had dropped,
Yeah.
and our rate was too high.
Oh,
So it was the good part.
So it was a good thing.
Yeah, but they didn't tell us that. They
They
just said,
just
"Oh, I'm gonna
let-
call
let
you
you hang
back." Yeah.
Yeah, something came up. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
So the entire day I was sweating. I don't think I ate the entire day.
no way.
And that was one of the biggest ones.
Interesting.
And I guess the next biggest one, dealing with PNM That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were real backed up there.
Freaking out.
Like just getting them to turn the gas on? What like
No, the power.
Oh my god.
When we moved into the building, we knew there was no copper there. So
someone had stolen all the copper?
Yeah, someone
And,
had broken in.
pulled it too.
Yeah, from the building to the transformer.
So you had to have
So it
like
wasn't
Albuquerque,
internal
baby.
stuff.
so electrician had to come in and
Yeah.
redo it all, and then they had to be
And then
inspected.
The inspections took too long because I guess the city has been backed up for months now.
Sure they are. Sure
And
they
then
are.
P&M comes and tells us, "Hey, you guys need to upgrade your meter." And I'm like, "But it's your guys' meter."
No, it's yours.
Yeah. And then we go to look for one, and I guess the meters have been back ordered now 4 months. So we're like, well, I've been paying on this place for 2 months now.
this is like-
and now it's gonna be another 3 months before we get a meter.
Yeah.
This is okay. First of all, P&M can burn in hell. Like they came to my house one day and they were like, they just ring the doorbell and I'm like working from home at this time, and the guy's like, "We have to change out your electric meter." I'm like, when? And he's like, "Now." I'm like, okay.
No
It's
warning.
already turned off.
And he's like, and I'm like, "How long is that going to take?" And he's like, 30 minutes. And I was like, "Can you come back later?" Because I'm like right and about to have like a bunch of meetings and shit, you know, where I need electricity. And he's like, "No." Okay, fuck it. I guess go do it. And so he goes back there and puts an electric, you know, so like,
Yeah.
it's not hard for them to do. Now, you saw the big electrical thing that's out there outside my house, right?
Yeah.
So they own that land to the north side of this property, right? Not once, not twice, but 3 times since I've lived here, will I get text messages, a phone call, a text message, and an email. "We cannot get into your backyard to read your meter." And I'm like, I don't know why you would, when you could drive on your property in your vehicle to the back area and not even get out, and like, because they have a thing that like analyzes it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd want to actually go in the gate, walk in, and walk around the house.
It's the inconvenience, really.
Like
Like if they can't walk through your property, is
Yeah.
even
They don't
worth
wanna
looking
do
at
it.
the meter.
But I'm like, you could just, and I literally tell them, I'm like, you guys can drive on your own property. You don't even have to come on mine. Then the other thing that's happened with them is they'll send me a text message, an email, and a phone call that they don't have enough people working. And so they couldn't read my meter. So they're just going to take,
They're gonna guess.
they're going to guess.
There you go. Oh, man.
And if they guess wrong, they'll just take it out the next month. And I'm like, what kind of fucking operation are you running over there?
I don't think they've ever guessed wrong.
No.
Yeah.
I think they purposely guess low just so they can overcharge you
At
for
least
what they
once,
didn't
yeah.
charge you. Because
Fuckers.
now you're spending too much energy.
Yeah. I'm like, isn't that a job that pays well? Like,
Is it? Do we know? If we Google this,
it's got to be something.
someone has to know.
I don't know.
I don't know what a good paying job is.
If they're viewing.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't be. I'm not. I'm like,
I know he's our boss, so we don't know either.
Yeah.
He did. Does he pay well?
$10 an hour seems fair to me, right?
Sure.
Like below minimum wage with tips.
Yeah, we get tips, yeah.
Average. Let's see. Ranges from 69,000 to 70,000.
Well, that's a big range.
So like
That is-
the entry level dude is 69, and then like the guy who's been there for 25 years 70. Like we're gonna give you your yearly raise. It'll be half a penny.
Oh my
We don't want you to max out.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
I mean that's a decent
I
paying
mean, that's
job.
okay for New Mexico.
Mexico.
So
Yeah.
so
Depending on the area.
Brenda, you're the little sister.
I am the little sister.
And
Unfortunately,
what did you do before you got roped into this endeavor?
I was actually a stay-at-home mom.
Oh,
I wouldn't say roped in. I think she forced herself in.
I did. I was like, I'm not doing anything. How can I weasel my way into an employment?
do you have a background in music?
No.
She likes records.
I do like
And
records.
a lot of emo
I like
music.
listening to
Yeah.
music. No, so I mean, basically, yeah. Barry needed people, and I was like, well, I'm not really doing anything. I'll help you. And then it kind of just turned into doing all the background stuff, like for advertising and just getting to know people.
Yeah.
Because I'm like the bigger talker of the two of us.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can do this. I went to school.
So what you're saying, he just sits back in his office and
Yeah,
barks orders to you
basically,
over,
Pretty much. I have a whip.
just to make sure that
Oh,
we're all
nice.
working.
Yeah.
So I just pull Maria.
He's always screaming.
Oh, my God.
I always work from home conveniently.
He just screams from the back,
Working.
order more drumsticks.
Or drumsticks.
I broke all these.
Chip, chop, chip.
But yeah, no, and Byron has always been super like into music, and I thought it was a really cool idea. I was like,
Yeah.
if there's one thing Byron's going to open, it's going to be a music store.
Okay.
And so I kind of just like the whole vision behind it. He always said that he wanted to open up a place that was like for musicians, by musicians, where a place that people can come hang out and talk about music, get to know other musicians, buy stuff. And I was like, I can help you do this. And I kind of wanted just to do
Hope
all
is a
of
strong
the.
word.
He's
all the
like,
business stuff.
I can't even get fucking P&M to bring a meter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a hard
Well, I
one.
tell him all the time, I was like, I'll call P&M. I'll make sure they're here.
Yeah, that's,
I was like, I worked customer service for a long time. I can
yeah.
get them here.
Oh, God almighty. They just couldn't bring a meter, huh?
I mean, long story short,
Mm-hmm.
I called a million times. I finally got moved up to like escalated to this guy that can actually do something that it wasn't necessarily his job to do.
Right.
And he like, but once he found out like how terrible the whole situation was,
Right.
he like really took care of everything.
I have a really insane Comcast Xfinity story like that.
Okay.
If you remind me, I'll tell it in the second hour.
Okay.
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 Yeah, but in
It's too crazy for the first hour.
well, no, this is about you guys. It would probably it could encompass. It's quite the thing that happened. But at the end of the day, like an issue I was having got fixed, but it got fixed because of like this fucking crazy thing that happened. But yeah,
Yeah. No.
But,
Essentially, that's what happened.
We were like in the dark,
Yeah.
putting inventory up. Just 'cause we didn't have light for the longest
you have those
time.
like those flashlights. You put
Yeah.
in your
Yeah,
head.
the little camping.
We did have the camping ones like in the bathroom
Oh
and
my
places
God.
because we could not see anything.
Wow. What made you guys choose the location? Like where you guys decided to put it?
I mean, the west side was.
Well, no, I mean like
the biggest
literally
thing, right?
literally the building.
I mean, it was a nice building, has a drive-through
Wait a minute. A nice building with no wiring.
with no wire.
We
No
didn't know at the
copper.
time.
I didn't know at the time. Like we knew
Well,
that was
not how
a headache
bad
that
it
was going
was.
to happen.
But also it has a drive. I didn't notice it had a drive-through.
Yeah, no,
used
so
to
it
be
used
a
to be
Blake's.
Blake's.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Like
so,
5 years ago was
So you know, we
Like
like
one
took
of
out
the-
all the kitchen stuff.
one of the
put up
newer,
walls.
really one of the newer ones, or one of the
One
old
of the
ones?
older ones. Yeah,
You took the bulletproof glass down.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's how
we
you.
replaced all the windows because you know they were
Yeah.
shot up. The back door was shot up.
Yeah.
I miss that about the old Blakes. Like you could tell like how bad the part of town you were in by the Blakes. Like if you can walk up and touch the worker, you're in a good neighborhood.
In a good place, yeah.
If there's
or the gas stations. If there's no
Gas
plexiglass,
yeah,
you're
no,
good.
if you walk in and there's just bars between you and the Blakes, the neighborhood's kind of bad. Now, if
Kinda
there's
bad.
fucking bulletproof glass and your burger comes out of a drawer that they push out, you're in the hood, man.
You got to sign for it. Make
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And that's not. I'm not making any of that up. That's
I
all.
don't think I've
real
ever
shit.
been to one of those places.
Oh, I have.
They exist.
I used to work for a company that owned all the Chevrons in town, and so we got to know all the Blakes. And like, yeah, you would go into the ones that were bad, and it would just be like one solid like flat surface across the whole way, because it was just like the counter with plexiglass all the way to the wall, and then the bathrooms were right there that they had to buzz you in.
Right.
And I assume they just came in with a hose and sprayed down after.
Oh my God.
But that's
Not
true.
everything just-
But it used to be at Blake's. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you keep it? Did you keep anything of the Blakes?
the
The drive-through.
The drive-through.
Oh
It is still
Yeah.
there.
Was there any signage?
No, they took all the signs out.
bastard.
Right.
We kept the light fixtures, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
original Blake's light fixtures.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start marketing that.
Come see the original plates. Like
Original
pictures.
Blake's.
I remember, like, have you been in the Frontier in a while?
Oh, no.
I was
Wow.
there
Long
just
time.
last night.
All right, they replaced the menus, right?
Well, I didn't order anything.
Oh, so they
Was this
replaced
there?
all the
They're
menus.
doing a deal.
I was just wandering through. Was
I just happened to
He's
be
like,
there.
he's like, that's where my Fight Club gets together.
Yeah, you know
We'll
the
talk
very
about
back corner, the very back room.
Yeah.
That back corner, that big round table.
Yeah.
John Wayne room or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I hang out.
So they replaced their menus with like LED screen
Oh, did
menus.
they really?
And people were like, "What the fuck?" And then they were like, "What did they do with the old ones?" And literally, someone that worked there was like, "You did not want them."
Yeah.
They had to like
yeah.
peel them off the wall.
I'm sure it was
Yeah.
this situation where
Wood
they
chipper.
would just take it down and went.
I did that, and it is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the worst.
Blake's. Ah,
Yeah,
wow.
I think even after we tore off like all like the vinyl wall stuff,
Yeah.
because that stuff was just, I mean, a thick layer of grease on there.
When
The
all
smell
the
kind of stayed for a day
Yeah.
or two. We opened up all the doors just to like
Oh.
let
Clear
it
it
vent out, but it was
Really?
it was bad. It was
Yeah,
bad.
nothing like old grease traps and stuff. That is just it
baby.
smells
Yeah.
so bad.
Well, when they come and clean it and they like use the steam, they're like, psh,
I think that makes it worse.
yeah, oh, yeah.
They
All the
just
bugs, all the bugs start running out.
vaporize that straight in the air for you. There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sweet.
Not only you can see it, you can also breathe it in.
you could oh my god.
And people used to work there.
People used to work there.
So so you're a drummer. What band do you drum for?
I'm currently not drumming for a band.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did
yeah.
you guys hear that? There's a drummer without a band out there, guys.
Yeah.
Everyone listening, there is a free drummer. He's not in
would
any
say-
band. You look like a metal drummer.
No. I'm,
No?
I'm more like indie.
Guys, there's an indie rock drummer with
Yeah.
no band out there.
Yeah.
Who owns his own
Indie-
music
indie
shop?
Do you also play bass guitar by any chance?
Yes.
Because like I feel like every band is like we just
do.
need a like I did a so I judged a contest for bands at Echoes, and like 4 of the bands had no bass players,
Oh my god.
and I was like they were like just 3 pieces, they were like 3-piece bands, and I'm like, why don't you guys have a bass player, and like they're like it's hard to find a bass player.
You got 2 right here.
I know a bass player.
There you go. New
He hangs out at Frontier.
I play,
Find him at the
I
round
play-
table.
yeah.
on
Maria,
Frontier.
Maria, what band are you in?
I'm also not in a band,
And you play bass
and I play bass,
and just bass?
just bass.
Oh man,
He sings too.
guys.
I don't.
nice.
I don't know about that.
He has
You do
some
sing.
He has some
originals.
pipes.
Yeah.
No, no.
What
no.
kind of music do you play?
This and that.
Yeah.
I would
little list of
classify
that.
it as like Texan music.
No, no.
It
no.
does sound very Texan. We had an open mic last night and
Texan,
he
we
played.
I did play.
Just think about if you were to hear someone who was from Texas
So-
and they had like that deep voice.
I assume you're
That's what
talking
it
about
sounds
like what's that
like
band? that-
Country
there was-
Roads.
Oh no, I was thinking
That's
more
what
of
I
like,
would say.
uh,
That's what it reminded me of.
the fabulous Thunderbirds or something. Don't you trash that Texas highway?
Yeah.
Throw it on the road.
I was like,
I-
you sound really
Are you
Texan.
tough enough? Like fucking shit like
You,
that.
No.
you did have a song about
Chocolate milk.
no. I mean, it was a metaphor for drinking beer.
Well, now I know.
Why would you need a metaphor for it? Just say it.
I did have a song about chocolate milk,
Well, see, I
and
was
it's one of my
paying attention.
favorite songs.
Well, here. Okay, well then we'll go this direction. Who are your inspirations for music?
People who play music really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only the good ones.
Air of mystery.
Only the good ones. Yeah. No.
But any specific people?
I really like Lord Huron.
Okay. Now we're getting there.
Yeah. Johnny Cash.
Did you see Lord Huron when they were here?
No.
Yeah.
It's a real tragedy.
I missed it too. I had the tickets,
Damn.
and my gallbladder decided to die
Oh my god.
I had to
That's
give him
a real
away
tragedy.
from the hospital bed. I was like, I could make it. I could see him.
I can see
We
them.
planned the surgery just right.
You say Johnny Cash?
Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
The Cars.
Dude, that is a good. There
I
you
love
go.
the Cars.
I just heard that they are doing a Rick Ocasek. They did a Rick Ocasek film. It's coming out. Yeah. I want to say Adam Driver
Ooh,
as Rick
Really?
Ocasek. Yeah.
interesting.
And
I'm interested now.
Yeah.
they were one of those bands when I was a kid. I did not like them, and as an adult, I look back and I'm like, God damn, that band was fucking amazing.
Same.
Ridiculously
I'm so
good.
glad I grew up.
Right.
Yeah.
What an idiot I was.
Right.
If I saw me as a child, I would just smack me in the face.
That is correct.
Absolutely.
On many
100%.
occasions.
Yeah.
So we have a drummer and a bass player. Basically two bass players. All right.
yeah.
Well now, because people ask me shit all the time. You go, you know a drummer? I'm like,
Now you do.
I know a lot of drummers.
Yeah.
But like
3
all
drummers.
the
Three
ones
drummers, that's-
all the ones I know are in like 3 different bands. Because there's like literally there was a Night of the Living cover bands. A dude drummed in 6 of the 8 fucking. Oh, here we go. You're done. You're done. The British are here.
Oh,
The British. Hello.
Craig Buchanan from the band Gilead Rises is in the audience, and he's British.
That's
That's it.
embarrassing.
That's his like.
hello,
name.
Craig.
Oh, you don't like the European.
I don't.
I'm-
I don't like
Forgot.
it.
I'm with Maria over here. It is embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Well,
I
he's
mean,
he's a British American now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I love it the memes. They're like, I don't mind that you're British, but please don't do it in front of my kids. You know?
Honestly,
It's like we had a
real.
war, so we don't have to think about them anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, we fought an entire war
Yeah.
just to get rid of 2 wars, in fact.
Craig's gonna hit that.
Just to not
Like-
think about.
Or the other, yeah.
You throw it in my face. Come on.
We're just kidding, Greg.
I'm not. I'm
Dang.
totally serious.
Craig's gonna come fighting.
He also knows where he lives.
He's a real nice guy.
Yeah.
He's actually really nice. I think
He
he,
knows where
actually,
to find
and he
you.
lives on the west side. Well, no, he knows where you work. There you
Well,
go.
no, the frontier.
Here.
He knows where to find him at the frontier.
That's true.
That's where I live.
1
Yeah.
p.m.
Craig says, "I'll see myself out." Oh,
Oh, no,
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm joking.
I
I'm
started it. It's my bad.
It's always Chris.
Hey,
Chris always
Craig,
instigates it.
Craig,
Oh,
we
my
have
God.
a drummer that has no band here, and he also plays bass, and we have a bass player that has no band.
That also sings.
It also
That also
sings.
sings.
No, that's not true.
Just letting you know. No, he
You do
does.
sing pretty well.
Okay.
I will say that. I will give a
I was
compliment.
very impressed.
You're making me
I will
blush.
give a compliment. And
So
I don't
here we
give
go.
compliments, so.
Okay. Wow.
I'll also let Barney know so that Barney can get you guys some gigs.
Thanks, Barney.
Well, you know
To
what?
us.
Well,
People are going to be lined up at their store now just on that, but it'll be all.
are you guys here
we're
to buy
looking for a
anything?
drummer?
No.
What are you doing, man?
drummer.
Do you guys have the board on the wall so people can put up
We do, actually.
the drummer needed?
Yeah.
Drummer needed.
It's right next to the bathrooms.
It's right next to the bathrooms.
And then we have a lot of like backstage passes we threw up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
did a whole little thing.
What do you mean backstage passes?
Just like old ones, just for decoration.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
So it gives people
Look pretty.
incentive to put their stuff on there.
Oh, gotcha. You know what's interesting to me is when I was a kid, like the backstage was like, whoa, like that's where the partying is. That's where
Yeah.
that's where all the hot girls are and the drugs are. And every fucking time I've been backstage, it is the most disappointing shit ever.
Or like the
really
green
is.
rooms are really
Really is.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the green room at FX and I was like, oh, cool, I'm psyched. And then I went there and it's literally just like this tiny room. I feel like I'm going to get murdered.
Yeah.
It's just
chair.
painted neon green and
It's like
that's it.
it's like a former like
like a
storage
futon.
closet. Yeah,
Right,
storage
right.
closet.
Yeah.
What's the best green room you've been in
That's
ever?
the only green room I've been.
All
That's why I was like
right. Well, these
so
guys-
stoked about it.
These guys have been in some green
The
rooms.
best green room I've been in is the National Hispanic Cultural Center.
Oh yeah,
Heritage
I-
Center. Wait, what's
it's
it
right
called?
there. It's like right over here. I believe it.
Yeah.
I haven't
It's-
been in that one.
It's got like a microwave and a mini fridge.
See, this is what he's talking about. How like that makes it nice. You're like,
Yeah.
because like some of them you
Small
go in.
amenities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got amenities.
It's like a
Yeah.
hotel.
What about
for the Wi-Fi?
what about you?
Revel.
Sunshine does have a nice one. I haven't been in the Revel one yet.
It's okay. I mean,
Sunshine's is okay.
It's very much like this.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's badass. All right, got it.
Yeah.
So mine is the Santa Fe Brewing, the one in Santa Fe,
Yeah.
the actual bridge. Their green room is fucking like over the top nice. It's like a living room and has a refrigerator full of beer,
Ooh.
and then this huge counter with just wall to wall snacks.
Ooh.
Like you
That's
choose.
it right there.
You know, like you walk into it, like almost like you walk into a convenience store.
Yeah.
Like there's like here's a bunch of like peanuts, and here's some and you just
very
go
nice.
grab whatever you
Grab what
want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they charge you afterwards.
yeah. Then they
At the door.
come in. They're like, your mini bar bill is no.
You know who I heard has a really cool green room?
$200.
Who does?
Sandia Music and Sound. I
Oh,
heard
they
that
do
they
that.
have a really cool
What are you talking about?
do you guys have a green room?
There's coffee. We do have a vending machine that's free.
Yeah.
Free vending machine?
See, like every time.
But now we're getting ideas for green rooms. So
See,
we're planning on doing
yeah.
like
See,
concerts.
we
Now
need
we
to-
have
we
an
need to-
idea.
well, I'm a green room aficionado.
Oh, yes, he is.
I am.
You
no
can
doubt.
come by and give us some tips.
So the old dry heat comedy.
We'll be at places and he'll be all, oh, Smiley, did you see the green room?
Did you see the green room?
Shit.
Because I've been in a lot of them, and so dry heat comedy. The old one was my favorite, and then they moved to a new location, and it's good, but
I
it's
haven't
not
seen
great.
the new one.
It's a backstage. It's more of a backstage, but they still have beers. But yeah, because I do a lot of the Comic Cons. The Kiva's green room is actually it's just a room, but it's big and nice, and it's catered. But have you ever been in El Rey's?
No.
El Rey and Sunshine both are down in a basement.
Ooh.
You have
Those
to
are the
walk
weird
down.
ones, right? Like
They're weird.
under the stage stuff.
Yeah,
Where
but,
it's kinda
which is
hot and
cool
cold.
because I'm also one of the people who puts on Duke City Championship Wrestling at the El Rey, So it's cool until you go down there and there's like 20 sweaty men and women down there.
Oh, that sounds like my kind of night.
And then it gets very humid and stinky.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
So tell me what a good.
Right.
Maybe I'll have to go down there.
Right.
So what's going on?
But yeah, so like I'm about the green room. So if you guys put a green room in,
We do, because we do want to do concerts eventually and like stuff. We're
I'm
doing
sorry, concerts. I've been in that
well,
place.
like little hush
get-togethers.
shows, kind
Get-togethers.
of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like house shows.
Okay,
We just built a stage and we're gonna do
inside.
Yeah,
It's a real
yeah.
tiny stage.
I was gonna say where.
Yeah.
Like 6 by 8.
we plan on
something like
moving
that.
stuff
Like
around.
6x8 actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
And we're
Don't
gonna do a
knock it,
comedy
Chris.
show.
I'm not knocking it, man. I'm just trying to like.
Quality.
It's like,
Home
where?
Depot material.
You didn't make it to either of the Burger King beatdowns, right?
Yeah.
You can have
Yeah.
a concert inside of a
that's-
fast place franchise.
Denny's had concerts.
Denny's,
That's
get the
right.
fuck up. Yes,
Real.
More hush shows, I guess, is what we
Yeah.
want to do.
I want to thank
Yeah.
Waffle House for having us here today.
Oh,
Burger King.
Fuck yeah.
no, I went to 2 concerts at a Burger King.
Yeah.
I know they were called
That's the
Burger
thing,
King.
man.
They were called Burger King beatdowns.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were doing at Hastings
That's what's up. Yeah.
outside. Remember, Little Rob.
Oh yeah, that's way
So
back in the
little
day.
I don't like. Oh,
When Hastings used to be a thing.
yeah, I know. Well, are we gonna? Oh, that just hurts me to think about Hastings. I miss it so much.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's such a cool place.
it was a cool
Did
place.
you ever,
Every
did you ever
two.
go to Trade Smart?
No, I don't think so.
It was the Hastings dumping ground.
Okay.
It was up on one to it was Tramway in Candelaria. It was
Okay,
like this big store space, and it was where they like stuff they couldn't sell. They just dumped it into this place. So you walked in, and there was like a Harry Potter area. There was like a Star Wars area. There was a huge vinyl area.
That would have been cool.
Loved it. Like it was great. It was like stuff they couldn't sell, and they just threw it all into this one place. And then when it all went under, I was like, no.
Yeah, no, we when we were like decorating the place, because we do have very tasteful pieces. just
You're all,
kind of
you're all,
around.
let's make it look like a Hastings.
Yeah, no, we're like we should put in like band posters
Yeah,
or like just like records and stuff. And we're like, where can we get something like that?
Hastings.
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 Oh man,
But then we
Real
And,
good.
no
yeah.
Hastings.
no. Oh, that yeah.
Man, yeah.
Let's save that for let's talk about Hastings in a second. I like the things that
I'm down with that. I got some Hastings
God,
stories.
God, I love some Hastings, man. That was a good place. I'm
Just go
sad it
there.
went under.
Just go there and hang out.
Yeah, just
Well, when we were younger, we lived in Los Lunas,
Uh-huh.
and
the only thing to do.
that was the only thing to do was hang out
Yeah.
at Hastings.
I,
So we
I,
would do that a lot.
I grew up in Eastern New Mexico, and that's where I would get any like of my tapes or CDs.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it
Spend
goes.
a Saturday just walking around Hastings.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like a 7 hours. Like, come on.
Oh
You
yeah.
got books, you got music.
You didn't have online where you could just like look up shit.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Right,
you had to walk
right.
around and go, "What's that?
You have to look at all the.
Who are the
individual
revolting
posters.
cocks?" Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know, shit like
We
that.
just sit down and listen to them.
Oh, yeah, the little listen stations.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you could scan it in and it would
That
be like
was the
that
place to
CD
be.
and just like,
All the good old times.
man.
Sometimes you go in there for
Memories.
music and you come out with a VHS and some comic books. I changed my mind.
Would have the U section of DVDs. I saw all the
Oh, yeah.
classic movies.
Oh yeah. All right, that's fun.
yeah.
That's great.
Just pour one
So
out for
if
Hastings.
people
Right.
if people like if you could tell people like why they would need to go to your store, what would be the thing?
We're not Guitar
I'd
Center.
like to be there for a long term.
You're local.
I
You're
would like to
local.
keep having a job. Yeah. that's
You're
a big
local.
one.
Well, I mean,
We're local.
okay. First of all, you're local.
We're local. Yeah.
Shop
We are,
local.
you know, family owned.
We're very
Family
community
owned.
based.
One of the biggest things I've heard multiple people say is we're friendly.
Yeah.
I do like to talk people up. Just I'm very curious as to how they found us.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main questions, and then you know we just talk, right? So that's the thing is I want people to feel welcome,
Yeah.
right? If I don't say hi to you, it's not not on purpose. But like I just want people to come in and just hang out and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want a nice cool place where people can like almost like a skate shop atmosphere.
Almost.
Yeah, but like
that'd be
for
the thing.
musicians, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But for
because I think
musicians.
there's a little bit of a disconnect between, don't want to age myself, but like the younger generation
Sure.
of kids that are taking lessons that are really good at taking lessons.
Can people take lessons at your place?
They can, yeah. Which we were gonna get to that later. Spoiler alert. But yeah, no, like
I mean, we're at the 40 minutes in.
We just say a bunch of stuff about the
man,
store.
time has flown by. But yeah, no. So like if someone is younger that comes in, just like have the availability just to talk to someone that's done the rounds.
Yeah.
Right. Someone that's been there and done that kind of thing, or just feel comfortable talking, because I know
Right.
that's something with a lot of like the younger generation is they just don't want to ask questions. They don't like to ask questions. But if we provide that atmosphere of this is where you come to do that,
Which is like a
I think that'd be
community
big thing.
space.
Yeah.
We wanted to feel like very.
I like
we're
that.
all together, community of musicians. hanging out.
This is the communities. Yeah. I like that because like I actually spoke. I was a guest speaker at the Silver Heights Neighborhood
Oh.
Association last Monday.
That's right.
to talk about the things that I do for the community. But like the community, like I'm really big about community, and I think that's really great. And I like the like for us, like Smiley and I, DIY is like where it's at, right? You know, in I don't. Do you guys know who Chris Walsh is? He's from the band Prison Bitch.
Oh yes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did reach out to them. Yes.
Yeah. He made a documentary called "The Decline of the Southwestern Civilization Part 1." And it kind of documents the history of like the music scene in Albuquerque, kind of like from the late 70s through the 80s, and then up until some of it now. And like, I didn't, I always just thought a lot of cities have like these DIY spaces. And I didn't realize Albuquerque, not only, I mean, there are cities that do it, but we have a lot of it. There's always like several houses, like there was the Fly Honey Warehouse, there was Raptor House, Iron House, Gold House, Town Hall, all those.
Dad's house.
Well, there's a reason why that all happened. Is because like in the 80s, I don't know if you guys know this, there was a guy named Joe Buffalino. He was like an agent, and he kind of had a iron fist on all of the venues where the bands were only allowed to play top 40 hits. And if you didn't play top 40 hits, you didn't get to play any of the places downtown.
Also, while we had a thriving cover band scene here,
Right.
which I never.
Right.
knew.
Well, that
I was like, why? Why
that-
are there so many?
Well, because that's what they wanted to play. So that, so then there was all these bands who were like, we want to play our own original shit. And you couldn't go play at any of the bars.
Yeah.
And so they were like, fuck this. And they would start playing in houses. And that's where it all started. I was like, holy shit, that's pretty cool. And they have Gordy from Black Maria, and he was one of the people that pioneered all. That's pretty cool. So and I think that's awesome that you guys are talking about, putting in a stage and having like that.
Yeah, we've been reaching out. Well, I've been reaching out to different bands because we eventually also want to like help promote like local bands, and so we had this idea of doing like a T-shirt wall.
Yeah.
Of like just New Mexico bands.
That's cool.
So when I started like messaging people, it's like there's so much like music here that gets made here from like different genres, which I thought was really cool. And so we just wanted to have all of that kind of in our store and just have like a place that you can buy stuff, but then
We're
also
pretty
hang out.
We're pretty tapped into all those people. If you guys need some sort of help,
Yeah, like just be like, hey,
Come
those
on, just
people at
push us out
Sandia
there.
are really cool.
just tell them, say,
If you
hey.
get an Instagram from Brenda, answer.
That's easy.
I was talking to Chris, and he said, no.
Right.
I just name drop because I'm always like, hey, this is Brenda from Sandia. Because I actually did message Prison Bitch, and I was like, hey.
Did they say anything?
I think I did actually talk to Chris,
Chris Walsh, yeah.
and I messaged other bands that they haven't replied.
Who's the other bands?
Ooh, they left us on red.
They did leave us.
Who left you on red?
Well, now I'm embarrassed because they were like,
No, say it.
Watching, yeah.
I know you know Barney. We
Yeah.
reached out to Red Light Cameras because I'm actually a fan of them.
Okay.
And they actually went to high school with Barney.
They're playing my birthday.
Are they?
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
We might drop off.
Yeah, I was like, if you send an invite, we might.
Oh, it's February 8th at the Launchpad. Announcement.
Oh,
50 years of Chris.
wow.
Yeah. Red light cameras, Youngsville and SEMO.
Oh,
playing
am
everything.
I invited?
No.
Knew it.
No. I might. You're not on the list though.
That's fine.
You have to pay the $10.
Oh no.
No. Yeah. Well, Barney is the guy. And I like in all honesty, get in with Barney.
He
not-
knows everyone.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
He's the main booker at Sunshine, not Sunshine, Launchpad and Inside Out. And Barney has databases of not only bands that are current, but bands that used to be in Albuquerque.
Yeah, see, because I did reach out.
He
He was
does.
the one that left me on.
I'll tell him. I'll talk to him.
But I was like,
Just
who's this
message him
like
right now.
little store messaging us?
He's pretty busy, but I'll talk to him.
Yeah, because that's like the dream eventually is
Yeah.
just to also like have performances, especially in the summer.
Well, you could
for the
also,
parking lot and stuff.
but I mean, if you really think about it, you could be like, do shows at Launchpad and Sandia Music and
Yeah.
Sound presents blah blah blah
well,
at
that's the
Launchpad.
dream, like long term, but we need to get there. So the first is like connecting with the community
closer
and being
than you
like,
think.
hey, we're here. We
Yeah.
want to support you. We want to be part of the community. We want to bring the community together.
Yeah,
What can we do to help that?
Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been reaching out to like bands and stuff to let them know like we're here. We want to promote you if you ever have anything you want to promote or push out. Just stuff like that. Just 'cause
Right.
we do believe in keeping things local. Like we love
Oh, for
everything
sure.
in Mexico.
I no, that's dope. Yeah, I'm big. Like that's my big thing is I love local stuff. And like when people are like, come to town and they're like, you want to go out and eat? Let's go to, chain restaurant. I'm like, no.
Burger King.
There's a Blake's
Go Burger
right
King.
here. Twisters.
Well, I now consider Blake's not from here anymore, but
Really?
they're owned by a company that's outside of New Mexico now.
That is true.
I have noticed a difference in chili.
Yeah, they sold it.
Now I guess it's what Golden Price?
It's Golden Price.
Frontier, yo.
Frontier. Oh, there you go.
Frontier.
I know. I was telling
Frontier.
somebody came here to visit. We were at work and they were like, "Where should I go eat?" And I was like, "You should go eat at the Frontier." And one of the other people was like, "Frontier's overrated." And I was like, "If
Is
you're not from here, it's not like
Yeah.
It really is,
Yeah. For people who don't live here, it's a good entry. First of all, it's a good entryway to eat some Mexican food if you're not used
Yeah.
to it, But it's it's cheap. It's good.
Exactly. Like all my like nieces and nephews are like, if Frontier did not exist, they would not get actual meals. They're like, I can get like a whole meal here for $6. I'm like, yes,
Right.
you can.
Right.
I'm like, how's that overrated?
And like the
They have that
kid,
big pot of chili, like you can just pour over your food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's really great though. So
If you
like
give them a puppy dog look, they'll give you tortillas.
I feel like too, like the audience maybe you should try to attack is especially like the all ages
Yeah.
crowd because there's so many like
There's a new generation coming
Band,
up, and
yeah.
they love music.
fuck yeah they do.
Yeah.
So anytime they do like all ages shows anywhere, like Rinsden is killing it right now. I don't know if you guys have been there. It's like kind of like right over here by the it's between here and the rail yards.
Okay.
It's called Rinsden. It's a DIY space.
Yeah.
And they've been doing some killer like shows. And so like it's all that crowd that's like they can't get in the launch pad, they can't get into Sister, they can't get into Sunshine. And I mean I'll go walking downtown and I'll just see a line like out the back of Launchpad because they're having an all ages show. These kids are lined up out, just frothing at the mouth.
Yeah.
I was at Sister one time. There was a show. Who was playing? It was like the OCs. And it was really like inspiring to see. There was like 15 underage kids standing out on Central outside the fence,
Wonderful.
listening,
Yeah.
I used to do that.
wishing they could be in there.
Yeah.
I used to do that at Sprockets back in the day.
Yeah.
Right outside Sprockets, right there in Central.
No, that's definitely the plan because we have a lot of kids coming in to do lessons.
Yeah.
So we do these little shows.
Do you guys are you guys connected to like Rock 101 at all?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
We know them.
Yeah. Kevin's a really good guy.
There you go. Yeah.
We've talked about a number of things, but nothing's really
Nice.
panned out yet. He just let us know next time we do an open mic. Let him know ahead of time.
So you guys are
'Cause I
doing
know a lot of
open
their
mics
kids
there?
do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we did our first one yesterday, and I think it went well enough to where we're going to plan a second one.
Nice.
So dropping that information there.
Aw,
Another
yeah.
thing.
Follow us on social to know.
Yeah.
Right.
The
So,
stage
another
works.
The stage
It
works.
Actually,
Yeah.
the funniest thing is, the first time we built the stage, I ordered the wood online,
Yeah, man,
and
here we go.
didn't know there was different types of thicknesses.
Oh yeah.
And we got apparently the thickest one. The thinnest
The
one.
thinnest one.
So when we put it out, it was like, don't step there because you're gonna step through the crack.
Oh wow. I understand
Learning
that.
experiences.
I was so I do a lot of stuff with the Box Theater downtown, and they have. I don't know if you've been to the Box.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have the one side of it is like the improv side of it. So the other side now is dry heat comedy. Well, they moved dry heat comedy to there. Well, the Friday before dry heat took it over, they did the Reptilian Lounge there, which is like this crazy like
freeform like, variety
show to raise money, and they had this band from Nigeria that played, and I'm sitting next to the owners of Dry Heat that are taking over the place in 2 days, and this guy is like dancing, like he's in the band and he's like dancing to music, and he jumps up in the air like Bruce Lee and stomps down and goes right through the stage.
Oh my god!
And I just look over at them and they're like, and they're like, fuck, because they have to like literally have their opening in 2 days.
You
Right.
gotta fix that stage now.
And so they had to like work through the weekend and get the stage rebuilt.
Damn.
I was like, that sucks, man. So I kind of feel that whole.
And I did professional dance all through my youth, so I've been on some pretty shady stages.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, everyone, avoid that corner over there, or we're all gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, that's a thing, man. Yeah, that's like crazy. Performing is a whole thing where that stuff like that does have, like, you know, we've all been on stage and everybody's like, don't go do that. So the funny one that I have about that is pro wrestling. So I was the commissioner for a little while, and we had to do this match where me and the villain guy, evil manager guy, we picked a wrestler, and whoever's wrestler won, you know, the loser had to quit and leave, right? So we're outside the ring, and he's screaming at me, and he comes running over, and he's like just angry and livid, and he grabs me and he pulls me as close as he can, and he goes, "Watch out over there, there's water on the floor, don't slip and fall." And then he's like throws me away, and he's like idiot. And I was like, that was cool. Like, yeah, that was cool how he did that. That was really slick. So what kind of, like, if people want to go to Sandia Music and Sound, like what kind of stuff do you guys sell?
Well, musical instruments.
I know, but like
some guitars,
Guitars,
we got
pedals,
some basses, we got some drums,
pianos.
we got some workstations, microphones.
What kind of guitars
pedals.
do you guys sell?
Right now, primarily used. There's a whole thing with the vendors that's a real pain if you guys have ever done that. But we will be bringing in Sterling by Music Man, 4 guitars and Music Man basses.
Do you guys buy instruments or no?
We do.
Okay.
There is a limit because we are brand new that I kind of don't want to go over at the moment. Yeah. So we also do consignment.
Oh, you're not going to buy my 1965 Gibson Les Paul?
I mean, personally, I would love to.
I'm just kidding.
But I
wish.
Yeah, I think I would have heard about that.
we do have a couple of really nice old amps.
Yeah.
A Fender
Tube. Yeah.
Is it Twin Verb?
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. When you show off a guitar to sell, you play it on that amp.
Yeah, so it sounds really nice.
Yeah.
And then
hold on. Let the amp warm up.
Yeah. We have a newer AC30, also on consignment, and then we have a Collings guitar. I think they're made out in Austin. That's really nice acoustic. That's on consignment.
Nice.
And they're like stuff like that where like it's super cool to have this, but I cannot invest that type of money right now.
Sure.
And you know, the community responded. We're like, no, it's super cool. We would still like to help you out. Let's figure out a way to get this done. And that's kind of where our consignment piece came about.
Oh, nice.
So we do that. And, you know, we got a lot of random stuff.
You're building up to it.
Yeah.
Warm
Audio is a really big one. We really like those guys. So we have all their pedals and all of their mics.
We have the Marshall amps.
We got the Marshall amps. We have the UK line of Marshall amps, which are taking a very long time to get here.
But they're really cool.
But they are really cool. Pearl drums, Dixon drums.
So pretty much anything
Gretsch.
if you need drumsticks,
Yeah.
guitar picks,
Chords.
All the
strings.
We have a bunch of Ernie
Yeah.
Ball stuff.
oh yeah.
The funny thing, we got the John Mayer signature strings.
If you're looking for
If
those
you're
in
looking for
Albuquerque.
those in Albuquerque, we got those in there.
Yeah.
Which
Are those
fun.
hard to find?
No, it didn't come
Oh,
with the standard stuff. So when we reorder
Gotcha.
them, like, we should do this.
Yeah.
In case
Gotcha.
anyone's looking for
Because
those.
anyone is looking for those
Specifically.
do you guys have the
ones.
John Mayers?
Yes, we
Just
do.
a bunch of indie kids coming.
Just a bunch, oh my god.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like.
But if you live on the west side, and you break your fucking drumstick, you know,
Smash your guitar.
Yeah.
You've lost all your
about
picks.
that.
We also have reeds
Oh yeah.
So there's a gentleman, Ryan, that works part-time with us. He's going through the music program right now at UNM. Really good saxophone player. He is also not in a band. So if you guys know anyone that needs, I think he plays alto sax.
Wow.
He is available.
Hear that,
have a
ska
school
band?
schedule.
Oh yeah.
So you got to work around
Jazz
that.
ensemble.
Los Domingueros, come on.
Yeah.
Where they at?
But
Where's Josue?
He kind of told us all like the really good ones to buy. So we have like a lot of the Van Doren stuff.
Oh.
And then we got the cheaper Rico stuff.
What's the most random instrument you have?
Trombone.
I think I saw a trombone in there.
Yeah. Also a consignment.
Yeah.
That is a vintage 1987
Oh wow.
con director. We're pretty sure it's the 50H. It just doesn't have the stamp.
It's kind of a Frankenstein. It's got a bunch of parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That are
Oh.
original. Yeah.
If it was a 50H, that thing would be worth, a good $9,000. But because it doesn't have the stamp, we
Gotcha.
can't say it's worth $9,000.
Gotcha.
That's
In our hearts, it is though.
yeah, in our hearts.
It's a very good looking trombone. It's
yeah,
very pretty.
silver plated.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Kids come, their parents come in, they're like, "What instruments might you play?" We're like, "How about a trombone?"
How about a trombone? Silver plated trombone.
Wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
we what are those bands called from like New Orleans? Zydeco. It's like you kid want to play some Zydeco?
Yeah, I'll be the bandwagon kid. Right?
You could play it for ska, right? That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Ska's? I can't tell if ska's coming back or if it just won't leave.
It never left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say never left.
Yeah.
It won't leave, Chris.
Yeah.
It won't leave.
It
Something
won't
like that.
leave.
We're gonna take a break here, and we'll be back with Sandia Music and Sound. So tell everyone what is the address?
5105 Homestead Circle.
Yeah.
We are
Northwest.
golf course and Taylor Ranch. We are right next to LBJ Middle School.
Yeah. I know. I was like, "There's like a school. What the heck?" Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Do you guys do anything with the school over there?
Not yet.
Not
We,
yet.
we, we have been talking to the principal.
Yeah.
We opened at a really weird time. Just
Like you're on the edge of the
holidays.
property, and you're like, "What? What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
So
Well, we have a thing.
Come get
with
your
them.
reads.
Yeah, some of the parents aren't the best.
It's like a
parents.
West Side Story type of
Yeah.
battle we have with them. at
with the
moment.
parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they all park in our parking lot
And
when
they're
it's time to pick
real
up their
rude.
kids. They're feisty. They're feisty.
Hey guys, this is a business now.
Yeah, this
No,
is
I
I got
mean,
threatened at one point.
private parking. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. Can I come work and just do that?
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Hey,
no,
oh fuck
no,
yeah!"
Like
A bouncer.
personally, I don't mind it. Right, it doesn't really hurt us any.
Well-
But the biggest thing is just they speed through the parking lot
And they park in the
and they're
fire lanes.
honking at the kids as their kids
Yeah.
are crossing through. And I'm like, this is the reason why this isn't a pickup and drop off zone.
Yeah.
Right, because these kids are walking.
And it's like right across the street, like the actual pickup and drop off. Like it's not
Sounds
far.
sounds like you need me to work there. Just
Maybe.
I would
outside.
love it. Yeah.
we need
That's,
some muscle.
What time is it at? Like around 3:30, right in the afternoon?
Two,
I'd be like, hey,
2:45 to
hey,
3.
hey, Sarah, we've had this conversation.
Yeah.
No, I had a dad come out of his car and be like, "Do we have a problem here?" And I'm like
Oh.
5 feet tall.
Oh, I would've
and I'm
been-
like, "No, but
I'd
don't
be like,
park here."
I would have looked at him and I'm like, I don't have a fucking problem, but you've got a fucking problem right now.
But he was like, "This
Yeah.
is public property." I was like, "It's actually not. There's signs everywhere that
Yeah,
says
there's
it's
so
privately
many
owned."
signs.
Yeah.
I would have been like, guess what? Welcome to hell.
Welcome.
I got a message for you.
You just have that bat with the
the
thing.
best of the. Oh my god.
It's all music around or wherever I
And they'll be like, who do you think you are? I'm like,
Walking
oh, my
around
name
with
is
the
Chris,
trade.
and
Just like-
where I come from, there's 3 kinds of sunshine: sunshine, sunflowers, and sons of bitches. And I just fucking hit them.
Oh my god.
See,
No,
we do need you at
appreciate-
the
yeah,
store.
we'd appreciate that.
We need
for
that
sure.
energy.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Fuck
Yeah.
I'd be, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's Smiley. I'd be all about doing that shit.
with a grin on his
And
face.
we can play some ska in the background.
Right.
Yeah, your background music.
No, I'd be like, hit it, and you'd play fucking Symphony of Destruction. And
Oh
I'd
my God.
kick the side window of the car out.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be much appreciated.
Yeah.
Then they'd be like, a local music store
Oh my
Love the news
In
today.
use.
hires Karen Bouncer.
Oh my god.
Sounds like fun. You guys have a website?
Yeah, it's SandiaMusicandSound.com.
Nice.
All
And
of
then you guys are on all the
handles,
social
Sandia
media.
Music and Sound.
Yeah.
Mm.
As far as I know, we are social media manager.
We are.
Brand-
Yeah, we are at Sandia Music and Sound. If you need
Nice.
to reach me, bands or anybody, you
Yeah,
can.
Off.
Barney Lopez.
Cough.
I'm like,
Yeah.
any bands really, we're down to work with you.
He'll probably listen to this, so yeah, he'll hear it. I'll let
If
him
he
know.
doesn't reach out now, that's just like,
It's just very awkward now. Every time I bump into him, like,
Oh my god.
Nah. Barney
Just
Fashion
shoulder
Show.
bumps me.
At Barney Fashion Show.
Mm.
I'm just kidding.
no, I
all
think they
the
went to
places
high
there.
school with him, which I think is the funniest
my
part.
sister.
in
Oh, yeah,
my sister
in Los
lives in the same
Lunas.
in Los
class, yeah.
Lunas. Yeah, have you ever seen this video of like McCall's Los Lunas?
I
No.
don't think so.
Oh, you watch on YouTube.
I mean, I've been there, so I know what it's about.
No, but he does a he's like welcome to McCall's Los Lunas, and it's like he's like we got our cousin Chewy, and like yeah, it's
That's
basically all
real,
there.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Chewy still works there.
Or maybe, is it Los Lunas or Belen? It's one of them. It's like one of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the same town, right?
Yeah.
Oh, technically, there's a
There's like this
separate.
desert. There's a desert part where it's kind of like an in between.
It's like my Los Lunas, and me, I'm like,
I
no,
don't-
it's not.
I don't know when this happened, but like my mom lived in Alamogordo, so I would drive back. When did they become a South Belen? Like there's like a sign that's
Big
all
enough to be.
yeah. There's like an exit and it's all South Belen, and I'm like, ooh, you live in South Belen?
It's the wrong side of the tracks.
It sounds like immediately
Yeah.
South Belen sounds like
Right.
a town of like what? How many
Belen
people
was
live
bad
in?
enough.
Yeah.
Now south.
Like Los Lunas is downtown.
Los Lunas is
Oh
downtown.
my god.
Downtown Los Lunas.
Love that.
Hey, it's up and coming.
Yeah.
It is. It's been 3
The
years.
Luna
Do-
Mansion.
do-
Wow.
do you guys have any like events coming up that are?
Well, we haven't announced it, but we will have a comedy show January 18th.
Yes.
And then
Sounds like you announced it.
I'm like, yeah, this is where
this is
the inside scoop.
the inside scoop.
So we have that planned, and then just really open mics that we're gonna start pushing out.
Okay.
We will probably do a concert near the end of the month.
When you say
Like
concert,
January.
like indoor or outdoor?
Indoor.
Okay.
Yeah, we will move a lot of stuff around to have a lot of open space.
Okay.
Um,
For the pit.
for the pit.
Nice.
Yeah.
The mosh pit.
We're ready.
Yeah.
We're gonna get our
'Cause if
green
there's
room
no
ready.
mosh pit, there's
The
no
green
point.
room with cow.
Come see for the green room.
I like. Did you see like the meme where someone's like, "I was injured at the Elton John show on January," and somebody was like, "Don't get in the fucking pit."
It's not, yeah.
At the Elton John show. Wow.
At the Elton
It's just the
John
4 people that can fit in front.
four. Oh my god.
That's cool.
Real.
Very awesome. I'm excited that there's a locally owned
Yeah.
Yes.
music store on the west side now. I mean, I don't need it, but there's a lot of people that will. I mean, I did look through your microphones and stuff. I was like, microphones.
No, they're really nice. Those warm audios. Wow.
We have
Yeah,
that little
they're
cool
warm.
thing. Whatever. What is it called?
It's a yeah,
shields.
it's a
Yeah.
screen. Yeah, it's the shield of for singing for doing recording.
Oh, I was pretending I was in a podcast, and I was just like, hello, hello.
You were hold on.
She was pretty. There is a
I was
video out there.
Practicing.
There's a video
So
out there.
guys, for the last hour, she's been pretending she's on the podcast.
No, when before
of
it was
this was
open, there was like
real.
really nothing to do other than to like wait for stuff to come in.
Ah.
So I would be working with Byron, and as we were waiting for inventory, all the stuff would just be there.
Yeah.
It would just be in the back, like just messing with everything.
Well, you don't
She
have
just
any.
recording herself doing like an intro.
You guys don't have any podcasting equipment. I mean, you do. You do and you don't. But
It's in between.
you're working on
It's
it.
up and coming. The area is up and coming. Our
Yeah.
podcasting area.
I mean, you do know that this is the most saturated media in the world right now, right?
Yeah.
It is.
2 million, 5 million podcasts.
I feel like everyone has a podcast.
Well,
I mean,
most.
we talked about starting a podcast.
Do you know how many episodes? Do you know how many episodes most podcasts have?
10?
1,
Mm.
and then
You know-
and then they're done.
Yeah, when I was Googling like podcasts in New Mexico just to see what was out there,
Yeah.
a lot of them were like last updated a year ago.
Yeah.
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 Did we pop up at all when you Googled it?
No, I actually found you from Royal. Why did
How
you
in
go
the fuck?
deep into it?
They go deep.
I'm
Well,
like,
because I followed a Reddit thread.
and we were in the Reddit thread. I know we
No,
are.
most things start in Reddit.
I Google myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, you were. You guys were number one.
No, she's
We- we
lying.
took a little
I know.
scare. That's
She's-
a
No, I
reason.
think I did because I reached out to Royal because I was like, I saw a lot of them were held by comics, which was like the main thing.
Yeah,
So I reached out to Royal because he was like the only guy I knew who was like into comedy.
yeah.
And I was like, hey, like, this is weird. I know we haven't talked in a while, but, I've been looking at podcasts and stuff. And then he dropped your guys' name.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, at least Royal knows who we are.
Right?
Damn.
Hey,
That's
we
the
were
important one, yeah.
we were 5-time best local podcast at
Yeah,
one time. Yeah,
that's true.
When the
Wait,
Alibi existed.
Was it
Yep.
the Journal? Is that the thing that puts out the best of New Mexico?
Albuquerque,
Albuquerque
the
magazine.
magazine.
Okay. Are you guys on there? Can we vote?
I don't. They don't have that category.
Oh wow, they should.
They should now.
We've tried for a long time. Yeah, we won the best of anything we forgot 5 times in a row because they were just like, we're not going to put a podcast
And
category.
the most
in there.
sad, so then finally someone does, and then it was kind of a shady thing. So
Jeez.
that's why we have the People's Podcast thing on our thing, is because
Yeah.
we were nominated and we were put in the top 5, and then we found out that we were not going to win before the competition even happened. So I was like,
It was
interesting.
someone
Because
bought
they
their
were trying
way
to
in.
like promote someone else.
What's that?
Were they trying to promote someone else, and they were just like,
Yeah, friends of
Nepotism?
friends. Yep,
Friends of friends.
that's how shit works.
Nepotism.
That's how
"That's
life
how I got
works.
this job."
Who you know is what it is.
Yeah. Oh no. 100% life is who you know.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Every fucking bit. And speaking of that, little Bobby Tucker is in the audience from Shoulder Voices, the band. Little
shout out to
Bobby,
Bobby.
there's a drummer and a bass player here that do not have bands.
This is true.
You guys are messed. You guys are done now. Little Bobby's gonna be all over this. Have you ever seen the band Shoulder Voices? They're the stuffed animal band.
no,
All right.
We
But,
will,
uh,
apparently.
but we will. Yeah,
Little Bobby will be contacting you soon.
Oh, my God.
at Sandia Music and Sound on
That's it,
Instagram.
everything is on Instagram.
You hear buy
Facebook
some stuff?
and
No,
TikTok.
I need a bassist and I need a drummer.
Both of them.
That is it.
All right. I have December 28th. I will be commentating at Duke City Championship Wrestling at the El Rey Theater. You can buy tickets, not in the front row, because those are sold out. We sell out our front row like for the next show, the day we're doing the show. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Like when they say like at the end of like their events, they're like, "Oh, you better get your front row tickets right now because they'll be gone."
If you like the
They
seat
will
you're
be
sitting
gone.
in, go ahead and get it, and they're all gone. Like, so they sell it quick. So go out and see that. What else do I have? Oh, February 8th,
Someone's having a birthday.
Launchpad.
Ooh.
I'm going to announce it here. 50 years of Chris. It's my 50th birthday. Red Light Cameras, Youngsville, and SEMO, and DJ Ren.
Oh, nice.
I'm stacking that show.
Hell yeah.
The story is, Joe, I asked Joe, I said, can I have the launch pad? And he goes, no, I can, or he goes, I'm like, what would you charge to rent this? And he goes, well, I'll give you Moonlight Lounge. And I was like, you'll give it to me? He's like, yeah, for free, as long as you bring people. And I said, okay. And then he asked Barney, he goes, so what bands did Chris get for Moonlight? And Barney goes, Red Light Cameras, Youngsville, and SEMO. And Joe goes, move it to Launchpad. I was like,
What? Those are my friends.
those are my friends. And so, yeah, so February 8th, we're going to have that show. It's $10 to get in. Sorry, I got to pay for the band. I got to pay my friends. My friends are going to play, and, $10 ain't.
You know, 10 bucks
$10
is
shit.
it's standard.
Yeah,
I don't go to a show and think I'm not spending $10.
That's true.
yeah,
You spend $10 just in parking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really, everything's kind of done for the year, which I'm kind of excited about. We're going to have Steph Darnell next Sunday.
Okay.
So,
I'll probably forget by then.
okay. And then I think we'll do an end of the year show. And I think that's it for the year. I have 6 more days of work left for the winter shutdown. And then I have 2 weeks off.
What are you going to do? Yeah. This is like, I work at a liquor store, so this is very, very busy for
Yeah.
me right now. I think it's hard for me to even
And like,
get days
in
off.
like where I work, everyone's used to the winter shutdown. I was like, I have 6 more days of work left. And everybody's like, are you quitting your job? I was like, no, I just want to, they give us 2 weeks off. And they're like, how come? I'm like,
Because it's cold?
because we have a kick-ass place we work at. I don't know.
Hey guys, it's cold. Just stay home.
Yeah, it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
I've got the Thursday at Launchpad is Tom Waits for Christmas
That's right.
with Barney Lopez. So check that out. That's going to be a kick-ass show. I'm going to the Box Theater Christmas party because I was invited because I work there kind of now. So, so yeah, you guys can't go. Sorry, it's private.
He's just
Very
rubbing it
nice.
in.
I know.
Right.
Fuck yeah, I am.
This is promotions. I'm going to talk about things you can't go to here.
You can be
Yeah.
invited to the Sandia Music and Sound.
We're all throwing a Christmas
What?
party. It's more of a karaoke.
It's just four of us just hanging out.
And I will kill that karaoke.
See, you're painting the picture in the wrong way. You're like, it's a private
Well,
party.
because only four of us are.
Well,
It's
because
a very private.
It's very exclusive.
but
exclusive
but
party.
you need to not tell that part of
Oh,
it.
that's true.
You know, we're having a private party. You guys can't. You
A
can't.
hush
go.
party.
So
Don't
we're
talk
gonna have the VIP room set up. Yeah, you know, you gotta
green
paint.
room.
Yeah, green room. There will be the green room will be set up with snacks.
You're like
and
sponsored
beverages.
by Topo Chico
Maybe
I'll have
with your cake.
all of the inventory
all of the inventory.
by then.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back with Sandia Music and Sound for the second hour. With that,
We are 10 drink minimum.
Lay down and sleep in your cozy little bed. Don't feel the sheets. Somebody cold. Don't be afraid. Hey, hey, hey. I'm feeling shadows speak, but they ain't breathing. They're deceiving you again. Oh, creaks even when there's no one around. Oh, Lungs that can strong, feel it keep you down. Would you wait another day to hit the ground? Whatever explore again, it will be the season. And we try. and shine a spotlight on the forehead. You absorb the sweat. Try the voices to the stigma you created, elevated in your head. And I know the flow creaks even with there's no one around. Flow creaks even when there's no one. Under control, keep you down. Did you wait another day to hit the ground? Explore here. It will be the season and we try. Under control, did you feel it? Keep you down. Did you wait another day to hit the ground? Explore here. It will be the season and we try. Supposed to live without you. Here we are, the play is on. Me without you. I'm speaking of wishes for the days they could be better. Don't feel right. I swear the world's about that I want to say it wasn't for us. What could be better? How do we do that? Take a breath. I'm back to back, stay up to the starting. My days next to your sleep. Chasing on. Was it you? Your face is my eyes. I got some to buy you. Walk to the corner of the shelf. Your body's strong, to my body. Glorious night, like in West, there's no use to volunteer or stand. I'm speaking wishing good things they could be better. But we see right, I'm just waiting. The words apart, and I want to say what wasn't for us, what could be better. How do we do right? To the place song, our backs and birds, and up, dream started. My days next to your skin. Chase it on. Do you like sound? It's a sound that can take me down. Your eyes to come, I look you smile. Without the sun, for us around. It's lots of it's just the same, let's hope.
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
All right, we're back. It's the Billy / Wavy Hour. My name is Chris Burnett. I am the host of this show, if you can call it that. God damn, that is a heavy shot.
Well, I poured him.
All right. We are sponsored by Topo Chico Seltzer, but that is not what we're about to drink. We have Byron, Brenda, and
Hello.
Maria on from Sandia Music and Sound with us.
Damn right.
And they have consented. I now legally have to say that. They said to drink Malort.
We have given consent.
Yeah, they've given consent. To
Do we
this.
sign? Do we sign the
Can
form?
do I have one
feel like-
somewhere?
That's in front of your keyboard.
Oh, okay. So do we have enough for everyone? All right.
I think this is sipping.
No, I wouldn't sip it. Are you out of your mind? You crazy?
A little bit.
I wanted the Bucky's glass.
Oh,
Bucky.
who got the Bucky? Here,
I
I'll
did.
trade you.
Brenda.
Oh.
Oh, please. Because Brenda is being Brenda.
Well, because I also
I don't.
Brenda.
I actually have a Bucky's onesie.
What?
That is divine.
Yeah, in my closet.
Okay, I'm satisfied. with the
Okay,
Bucky's glass.
so here's my question for you guys. So we're gonna drink this alcohol. It's called Malort. I actually have a tattoo of this liquor on my arm right here.
That's how committed.
Dedication, yeah.
Yeah. So this only comes from Chicago. They sell it in like 4 states, but they don't sell it in this one. Not because it's gonna kill you or anything, but
It's not FDA approved.
so what have you smelled it? You smell it?
It's very.
What do you think? What do you think it smells like? Who likes stuff that's like bitter?
I do.
Oh, okay. Who doesn't?
I like bitter.
I mean,
Well,
I
let's
don't
just
mind
do.
it.
Let's just do.
Yeah,
Let's just
I don't
do it.
mind
And
it.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's to the success of your store.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
I gotta reach.
All right.
Cheers.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
me
to figure
too.
out who to put this on.
Divine.
Wow.
What is that aftertaste?
Called the Devil.
Kill the devil.
I can taste it.
So this is known as like one of the worst tasting alcohols on the planet.
I loved it. I thought it was.
You
great.
love it. See, like,
yeah,
some
Round
people.
two.
So some people really like it.
yeah. Pour me another shot.
like
Come on,
stays
it's
in your mouth.
tasty.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Some people will be like, I'm gonna do a chaser, and you're like, because it's very oily,
Yeah.
right?
I just felt that with my Red Bull.
Yeah, I
like
just
it's
drank that and
still
I
in
drank that again.
Is it bad?
No, it's not bad, but it's very
Really?
like, in your face kind of
Yeah.
liquor. Like it's still in my mouth.
Huh?
Yes, I really do taste the bitterness.
Yeah.
It's
It's not terrible though.
Someone was angry when they made this.
yes.
They were bitter.
So they call it the champagne of pain.
Okay. Okay.
Like Smiley.
This happens to me every time. I tear
can't
up.
take-
It's
Really?
terrible.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not that bad.
some people like I can handle it really well. So we went to the distillery in Chicago. We were there a couple months ago,
Oh hell yeah!
and the guy who makes it doesn't even like it.
Damn.
and they legitimately are working to make it worse
Yes.
because that's their shtick.
That's her thing.
Yeah,
That's his thing.
it's like
committed
when
to
you
it,
want to
and
when you
just-
want to unfriend someone in person, when you want to turn your taste buds into taste foes, when you want to kick your mouth in the balls.
We should give that for
Yeah.
our boss for a
Yeah.
Christmas gift.
Oh yeah.
Here's
Nice.
a bottle of liquor.
But I don't.
We don't like
There's
you.
something wrong with me because I thought I enjoyed that thoroughly. I thought that was great.
Nice.
That's a nice.
I loved
No,
it.
no, I've had people that like they listen to the show and they're like, "Can I come over and try that?" And they're like, "I like stuff that has a certain taste to it."
No,
and
yeah.
and they're like, "Can I take some?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they like it." You
It
know,
was great.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
it tastes like bad lettuce, but it was great. I loved it.
I always say it tastes like hot, dirty rubber bands.
Ooh, that's
know?
good.
And then someone will
That's a
say,
good band name.
"Someone, it's a hot, dirty rubber band."
You
And
guys
then-
are in a band. You got a drummer and a bass
Yeah.
here.
And somebody will
Hot,
tell
dirty
somebody.
rubber band.
Somebody recently said it tastes like what's the citrus? Not an orange, but grapefruit. And,
Oh,
and I disagreed with them. And then the next time I had it, I was like,
Actually, yeah.
Fuck, I
it
could taste
does.
that.
I see it,
Because
I
of the
see it.
bitterness.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just like eating the rind or something.
yeah, the rind of a grapefruit.
Oh, that was very
You
tasty.
guys want to hear my Xfinity Comcast story?
Yeah.
Ah,
Please.
I've been dying. to
Oh.
hear
So I lived in Old Town, and I had the internet, and I used my internet for work. So it would go down for like an hour at a time, randomly. And I would call them, and I'd call them, and I'd call them, and they'd send somebody out, and they're like, "Well, it's people using stealing cable, using Walmart coax, and it just causes issues, you know." And I'm like, so my internet's just going to go down randomly in an hour at a time. And I'm like, "Yep, sorry."
Wonderful.
And I'm like, "Great." And I pay you $100 a month for that. Cool.
Great.
So one day, because I worked for like Dell and Apple and Sony and IBM, like I would do warranty work for them. So I literally worked out of my house and I would go pick up parts and drive around. So one day I was like about to drive up to Santa Fe, and I'd done my morning work, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna go get my my earbuds," because like my car didn't have Bluetooth, so I would just listen to my earbuds while I drove to Santa Fe. So I drive home and I pull onto my street, and the Comcast guy is there, and he's nice. Like, hold on, he just put a Malort sticker on.
Hell yeah.
Malorted, yes,
That is correct.
you did it. Yeah, if you guys need a sticker, I'm Malorted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah. But
Sticker.
I pull on the street, and the Comcast guy is setting up internet for somebody. Well, I don't know if you guys understand how cable internet works. The more people in your neighborhood that have it, the more bleed out there is, especially in those days. This was like 10 years ago. And I see the guy, and he has a ladder up on the cables, the power, like not the power line, but the lines that are in between the pole. He has it in the center, like right in the center of the wires. Like there's hooks on the ladder, so he can like hook it over the wire.
Wow.
And I'm pulling in, and I'm like, man, that's rough. So I go in the house and I look at some emails and feed the dog I had at the time. Come back out, and I'm backing out, and I look to the right and see if anybody's coming. Look to the left, dude is laying on the ground.
Oh my god.
Blood everywhere.
Oh my.
Blood everywhere. He'd fallen off the ladder
Hmm.
because it, probably bounces when he's climbing. And I get out of the car, and I'm running over, and a guy down the street screams out. He's like, "Is that guy okay?" And I'm like,
I
"No."
don't think so.
And
No, there's
I
blood
run up,
everywhere.
and I
He's not
run up.
okay.
I run up, and his eyes are like up in his head, and there's
fuck.
blood coming out of his head. Right.
Oh my god.
So me and the other guy are
Supposed to-
dialing 911, and both of us are on the phone, and the other guy gets through faster, and we call 911, and 2 ambulances come within less than 2 minutes. I was
Wow.
severely impressed. by this. And they get there and they're immediately like, what happened? And we're like, we don't know. Sumi fell. And they're like, did he fall off the ladder? I'm like, I assume so. We kind of walked up on this. So they get the guy in the ambulance. They take him away. And I end up having to call Comcast to tell them that their van is like open, you know, all this shit. Like, and I have to yell at the lady because she's like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And I was like, lady, I was like, one of your workers is severely, you know, and I had to turn it all in. Anyway, the next day I had to talk to his like brother and sister. They came to my house. I gave them like warm water so they could pour it on the blood and dissipate it on the road, all this crazy shit, right? Never knew what happened, right?
Damn.
6 or 8 months later, I'm in this guy's house replacing like the motherboard on his laptop. And I'm like, so what do you do for a living? And he's like, oh, I don't know if I want to tell you. And I'm like, oh, like that's not good. I was like, why? He goes, because you'll have a complaint. And I was like, oh, and he goes, I work for Comcast. And I was like, and then immediately I was like, oh, and he goes, here it comes. And so then I go, I lived in Old Town and a guy fell off a ladder and hurt himself really bad. And I want to know what happened to him. And he's like, oh, you're the one who called the ambulance? I was like, I was one of them. I was with one of the guys that ran up. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, so then he like fills me in. The guy, and between the period, the Comcast send out an investigator guy, and it was the dirtiest I've ever felt in my entire life. Because the investigator comes in and he's like, I'm going to ask you some questions about what happened. And so the whole time he's asking me these questions, I know exactly what's happening. He's like, so when you saw the scene, did you see a hard helmet or anything like that? And I'm like, no.
You're like, I'm not a snitch.
Well, no, I didn't want to lie because like I don't want, you know, in case I got pulled into like.
I don't recall.
I don't recall. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, did you see any kind of safety equipment? I'm like, I don't think so. I'm not
I
sure.
saw some
you know.
kid running off with a yellow helmet. I swear.
Yeah. This ain't McDonald's, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
It's like I'm legally blind in my laptop.
Yeah. Yeah. So then like I'm talking to the guy. Well, apparently what happened is they ended up like his brain swelled. So they had like cut a piece of his skull out, right?
It's like a subdermal hematoma.
Yeah, and they had to put it. I didn't know this. They like cut you open and they'll like on the side and they stick the piece of your skull in you to keep it alive. I had no idea.
Doesn't dry out.
Yeah.
Stays with the blood.
So
You knew that?
No.
Oh,
So-
how do you know that?
So Comcast eventually like sent the guy to Colorado to this like specialist to help him, and I guess like to learn to talk again, all this crazy shit. And I was like, wow. So they actually kind of did, you know, good by him. And then I asked the guy, I was like, is he back to normal? And the guy was like, no, he's not. And then I was like, is he doing okay? And he's like, yeah, he's on disability now and his family's kind of taken care of. I was like, well, that's good. And then the guy goes, well, then how's your actual Comcast service? And I was like, it sucks. And it goes down for an hour at a time. They sent out, I'm not shitting you. They sent out the number one, the guy who's worked for Comcast the
Mr.
longest.
Comcast himself.
And he fucking re-drilled the cable in my wall, and I never went down again. Never went down again. And they gave me like 3 months of like fucking free internet.
There you go.
And I was like, and I wasn't like looking for that. I wasn't even going to complain to the guy, but he was like, how's your service? I was like, well, now that you're asking.
I bet you're asking.
But what a crazy fucking like situation, right?
That is really wild.
But I was legitimately like, what ended up happening to that guy? You know, but he didn't die, which was I thought was going to happen. I was like, fuck, man. Yeah.
How many bloodstains did you have to clean up in front of that house? Seriously, man.
Not that many.
Not that many.
That was
Just
one
a
of
few.
a few.
No. That's that was the other house.
Oh, okay. I was
Because
like,
at my
Wrong house.
so my house in north of downtown,
Rosemont? Or
my neighbor stabbed her grandma 13 times for $20. Yeah.
Hot damn.
Yeah, I walked in after that one.
And
I'm like, what is
the best part of this story is, and it's awful. But the grandma died like 3 weeks later. She was like 82, and stabbed her with a steak knife like 13 times. Right?
Jeez,
That ain't a good
Louise.
night.
What a horrible way to
So
go.
I have a high security clearance, and they were grilling me like they were doing the investigation, and the lady was being a real asshole. She was like hardcore. She was like, she's like, so your name is this, this, and this. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, so you go by your name, you go by the name Christopher. And I was like, yeah. She goes, you don't go by anything else. And I was like, no. She goes, you don't go by Chris. And I was like, well, yeah. And she goes, you didn't write that on the paper. Like, she's like being a complete ass, like just hardcore. Like, and then all of a sudden she's like, so everywhere you've lived, you've known your neighbors, except where you live now. Why is that? And I was like, oh, well, on the west side of my house is a Napa, like, mechanic auto parts place. I was like, across the street is a spa. I was like, and then to the left of me is a lady who stabbed her grandma in the neck 13 times and killed her in front of my house. And all of a sudden the lady goes, what? I was like, yeah, she stabbed her in the neck 13 times with a steak knife for $20. And I'm just like nonchalant. And she's like, oh my God. And all of a sudden her like every like bit of like fucking like her being like intimidating and tough fucking drops out. She's like, that's awful. I was like, yeah, it's pretty terrible. Lady was like 82. She lived like 3 weeks. But those neighbors aren't there anymore. And she's like, I didn't know them because, you know, they were those people where like, you know, there was always something going on over there, like domestic, or they got in a fist fight in front of the house.
Kind of people.
Yeah.
I saw her and another girl beat each other up in front of the house.
Let's just say
For another $20.
when Chris, I was like, what's going on in front of your house? Chris explained the situation to me, and I was not surprised. I was like, oh, them.
Oh, we found the murder weapon too. Like the cop was like, I pull up and you know, there's cops in front of your house, and like I get out of the car and I'm like walking to the front door, and the cop just starts beelining towards me, and he's like, excuse me, do you live here? And you're just like, and I'm like, I do. And it's in the movies. This is where the movies and the TV shows are absolutely incorrect. In the movies and TV shows, like, what happened? We can't give you that information. That is not
everything.
That is not how it goes. I'm trying to walk to my front door, and he beelines to me, and he's like, do you live here? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, your neighbor over here stabbed her grandma in the neck 13 times
For $20.
for $20. And I'm like, in the neck? And I'm looking, and there's like not that much blood, right? You think in the neck there's gonna be a fuckload of blood, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, is grandma okay? And he's like, well, she's in the intensive cares, but you know, we don't know. I'm like, okay. And I get all the information. Well, my neighbor who lives behind me is coming home that day, and you know, I like to gossip. So I'm out there and I'm like waving him down, and I'm like, hey, the neighbor over here stabbed a grandma in the neck, and so, you know, that happened. And he goes, oh, with a steak knife? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, there's a steak knife in my trash can with blood all over it.
Oh, man.
So we go over, and there's like the bloody steak knife. So I call the cops. They come, and a guy guards the trash can till the CSI can show up.
Yeah.
And then he tells me where all the drug fronts are. You're like, 45 minutes.
Well, here's the
A
inside.
very
scoop.
professional operation they have going.
Well, apparently, everyone's a bit of a gossip here.
Apparently,
Bunch of little gossips up in there.
I mean, if I knew, I would tell somebody.
I love, yeah.
What's a cheese man? Come on,
Hey,
officer
hey,
man.
hey, officer. I was like, well, isn't that place a drug front? He's like, no, but you know what are? I was like,
He's like, yeah, let me tell you.
I was like, do tell. Do tell.
He was like the other neighbor.
That's
Like,
right.
well,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Apparently, all the like there's a lot of little barbershops around town.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of those are drug
All over the
fronts
place.
I could see
because they
that.
take cash,
That adds up, yeah.
and you know,
Should we take cash?
Cash only store.
Cash only store.
yeah, we'll take a guitar
We'll
On
take your guitars.
consignment.
and
It's an art piece, really.
Yeah.
yeah. Will you take $1,000 bills?
Don't need to check those. They'll clear.
Okay, I have to ask this because you guys are here. I talked about this in the show a couple weeks ago, but like I was at Route 66 Casino, and I went to the ATM and I got 100 out, right? 20 of it was in fives. Have you ever gotten fives out of an ATM?
No.
I was like literally, I showed it to
Yeah?
everybody.
And
I was like, is this a thing now? Like,
you can also get ones.
what?
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
So where we're at,
Oh, at their store because they're drug front.
Oria, right next to Flick's Brew House, is a new Senda that we go to,
Ah.
and it's an ATM only. And we, you know,
It's like
There's
the
the
old
option to get
SNL,
big bills or
the
no
old
bills.
SNL sketch, the change bank.
Okay, wait. So is this a common thing now?
I don't know.
Because I run out
never-
of fives at my work all the time.
You know what? That's a good point. So like,
And
we need
sometimes
fives.
the bank is closed, and you're just like, I guess we're out of fives today. That
Right.
It's
Yeah.
really cool, So like if you know someone that's like we're next to a
Bunch of
gas station.
ones.
We went to the gas
Oh,
station. Like,
yeah.
hey, we need some ones, and we gave them a $20 bill for ones.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't just rob them?
No,
Oh, that's weird.
They've been robbed before, and I was like, well, now we're part of the community, and
Nah,
Yeah,
We don't want to
Gotta keep up the image, you know.
On one side of the school, on the other side of the gas station, we got to keep close quarters.
Fair enough. So let's talk about Hastings, man.
all right.
Yeah.
Dude, all right. There's people have all these stories like when they were a kid and they'd like pay someone to buy them like booze, right? I don't have that story. I was like 16 years old and I would stand outside the Hastings and I'd be like, hey man, if I give you this money, will you buy me the NWA like tape, man? Because they wouldn't let me
That's
buy
right.
they wouldn't let me buy the NWA tape.
That disclaimer on the front just
Yeah.
meant that I couldn't have it for some reason.
But that's how I knew that I wanted it.
Yeah.
That's how I knew that was what I wanted.
If you can't have
So
it, you need
if
it.
it was NWA or if it was Two Live Crew, like the Two Live Crew, they'd had the radio edited ones.
Oh, my brother
I
had that
want
tape.
those.
My brother had that tape. I had to hide it from our mom.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I don't know who Martinez is, but fuck him. Have you ever heard that song?
It's on that tape, yes.
Oh, my
I was like
God.
driving, I was like, fuck Martinez, fuck Martinez.
Real.
Martinez wife, you know, she suck a mean dick. Like, you remember that song?
Yeah.
No? All right. Everybody's like, yeah, I don't know the song. And then I learned later that he was like the prosecutor in like Broward County, Florida, and tried to shut down Two Live Crew.
Oh,
And I was
Wonderful.
like, and I was like, that's
awesome.
like people are like, why are you so rebellious? Because I grew up listening to that. They were like, these guys are against us, and we also have a medium where we could just say fuck you, and I like that.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's what makes our podcast work here for years.
Kind of. They're like, we're not going to sponsor you guys. You kind of said these things. I'm like, that's fair.
It's taken a great deal of effort for me to maintain a sponsor. We've had a few.
Well, the last one, the guy died.
That was that was hard for its own reasons.
Yeah. We had long drink. Have you ever had long drink before?
No.
It's a Finnish alcohol.
Oh.
They
There's
created
actually a little
it.
sign right behind you.
Yeah,
there,
they
the
created-
Finnish long
I
drink.
see it.
They
What
created
about
they created it for the Olympics in 1952.
How neat.
They were like, these athletes are not going to want to drink beer, so let's create a gin and sugar drink.
Like Gatorade
That's
with
something.
gin.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
That's something
gin.
I would try.
It's good.
It's
It's
delicious,
it's very
honestly.
good. It's very good.
love
But
gin.
the rep passed away. So
Yeah, the rep passed away, and then his colleague retired, and there was literally no way for me to get a hold of him. I'm like, are we still sponsored? Who did I even talk to?
yeah. But then now we have Topo Chico, which we're super excited about.
And they love us.
Yeah, we love them. You know, if they want to give us more merch, I would definitely take more merch. So
So the problem is that rep's like only in town like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
He just swings by, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I need to talk to you for a second.
tell them we want some banners and merch to put around the studio.
I will.
Okay.
I mean, he sent us some of those those t-shirts, but they were
Yeah. I could probably wear them now.
I don't want to be the one burning it down. They're terrible. They looked awful.
They were not good. Yeah. Yeah, it was like the ones that he was like couldn't get rid of. He's like, hey,
He's like, here, you guys can have them.
you can have the Topo Chico white polo shirt.
Oh, man.
It wasn't
Golf
even a
shirt?
polo.
Do you guys have merch yet?
We do.
Sure.
Oh man.
We were gonna bring you something that we forgot,
Yeah.
Let's have stickers.
but yeah,
You know what I hate is like when a band or like a podcast has merch before they've even started.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like you show up to their first show and it's like their inaugural show and they're like, we have t-shirts and stickers. And you're like, stickers I get.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the sticker thing? Like, if you're a new band and you have stickers, free or should you charge?
free.
Free.
Free. Free, right?
We give ours free.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
first order of shirts, we just gave those things away.
I've
Yeah.
never charged anyone for a 10 drink minimum sticker in my life.
Yeah.
I thought because it's like free advertising. Like, why wouldn't you be like, here, take
Dude,
as many as you want?
I was at a
Exactly,
show,
yeah.
Yeah.
and I was talking to one of the kids, and I was like, "Your stickers are $5."
Wow.
And he goes, "Do you think that's too much?" I went, "Yeah,
It's $5
How
too
big was the
much.
sticker?
$5 too much.
Was it like a bumper sticker?
No, it was like a small, like about this size sticker.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I think the highest you can possibly charge is like 2 for $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a deal right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it; they cost money, but that's what fucking happens, you know.
$5 for a sticker,
Yeah.
but
You guys didn't bring a
Was it a
sticker
nice
for me to
sticker?
put on our.
is there
stuff.
money on that sticker?
Well, we have to come back. That was our excuse to come back.
Yeah.
We're like, oh,
Part
we forgot our
two.
stickers.
We forgot our
So you can
sticker.
invite
We
us
forgot
back,
our
and then we're like,
t-shirt.
here's your
Yeah.
sticker.
Yeah. You guys come here, you drink our Malort, you take our Malorted stickers.
Nothing in return.
I can,
Nothing in return.
I can put it back.
I don't know, I'm just kidding.
Just
So Hastings, man, we missed. Like, how much do you miss the Hastings, right?
A lot.
much.
More
I mean,
much.
but the thing is, like, Hastings would have some weird shit, like instruments. You're like, not great. But like, if you lived in a small town, you need some picks or a capo, I guess. You know, it wasn't bad.
The first act capo.
First act capo,
Yeah.
yeah,
you
which
go.
would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first one. You don't know
Yeah.
what you're doing. Yeah,
No,
Work,
and they had cutouts.
right?
That was a big thing. Was big cutouts.
what's cutouts?
like a
Oh,
person?
Like the cardboard cutouts?
like Star Wars, like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Darth Vader. You're like, yeah.
like the
life
7 foot one.
size.
And I can't tell you how many times I looked through the posters, even though I'd looked through the posters like 1,000
The
times.
day
right?
before,
Yeah,
just to see if there's anything
yeah,
different.
just in case
I just
the
miss
black
the
light posters were
DVDs.
different.
Like the used DVDs that you would get.
They had used
Yeah.
CDs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were really strict on what
really.
they would bring in. Yeah,
Well,
they
they-
couldn't be too scratched.
Well, they were one of the. Well, yeah,
But they
but
can polish them for you.
that's
too,
the
which is
thing. You're
kinda
right.
cool,
I
yeah.
was gonna go there. They became those people where you could take your video game in and
Yeah.
be like for like $1 or $2. They would like do the sand like the sander thing that would like
Yeah.
sand it off,
For the layer or whatever.
Right.
so
Yeah.
it would work. Your PlayStation game would work.
I
Right.
do remember that.
Fuck yeah.
The CD wouldn't sound the same after that.
No,
The quality of the CD,
did it change it?
I feel
don't
like
know.
it did it. I was like, he's just lying.
What?
He's just
like
saying.
vinyl.
My
Just
my
scratch the
What I
vinyl.
learned is that there's different layers there, so they can only do it like a certain amount of time.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's actually like on a vinyl, there's only so many times you
Yeah.
can listen to it.
Yeah.
It wears it out over time. Like literally, it grinds it down. That's why, like, what is it? 180 gram or whatever is like the preferred, because it's
The weight.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
weight and the thickness of it. Quite crazy. Have you seen? Speaking of that, like, have you ever like watched the like little the YouTube thing or documentary about Third Man Records? Like all the shit he has there. It's crazy. He has like a booth in the record store where you can go in the booth, pay. I think it's like $10, and bring in your guitar or whatever, and sing and play into a microphone.
we're talking about Jack White's place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll cut a 45 for you.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's like a fucking instant 45
In the booth.
booth. Yeah. Then there's a theater next door, and next to the stage is an actual studio where they have a lathe that while the band is playing, it's cutting the record live.
That is really
Wow.
cool.
I'm like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, that's nuts.
It's neat.
Yeah. I mean, when you're rich like that and you can just do crazy shit, but that's cool, crazy shit. You know, denying people healthcare, awful. Cutting records while they play, badass. Right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, I've got a Hastings confession. I just realized my first PlayStation was from Hastings, and
Okay.
you know how I could tell?
How?
Had the sticker.
It was etched into every single part of it. It just said Hastings, 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 Hastings,
Wow.
Hastings, because it was one of the ones that you could rent from them. And it's like
Oh.
someone took like a wood burner and just etched it.
Wood burner.
Something. It was etched into every single
I have a question about this. Did you steal the PlayStation?
It was a
someone.
display one.
Someone
Someone
did.
did. Someone did. And
All
For
right.
$20.
it wound up
Okay.
it wound up in my house, and everyone's like, and that was the same question. Did you steal this? Not me, but clearly someone
Okay.
did.
So let's get into this a little, because I've actually been thinking about this a lot lately. Like, we thought as a culture that like analog media was kind of, except for vinyl, was over, right? Well, now we're starting to run into the situations where like you want to watch something, but it doesn't exist on streaming.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't really own anything anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen So there was this story where this woman had like she was on the spectrum in the 80s, and her thing that she had an issue with is she had to record like TV all day. Like this was the thing. Like she had this issue, and she passed away. And they went in and like found all these like video like where she just recorded TV all day every day.
All day, every day.
But if it wasn't for her, there's literal TV shows that would no longer exist. And because of her,
Old
like
commercials, all kinds of stuff.
her issue, she saved some media. And I feel like that's going to be in like 20, 30 years. There's going to be like movies that no longer exist because the streaming companies don't want to pay the royalties on them anymore.
There's licensing issues.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So I'm wondering if like there's going to be some sort of resurgence of like DVDs or Blu-ray. Or,
I was like, I feel like there already is. Yeah.
well, I mean, they've stopped like because Best Buy no longer sells Blu-ray anymore.
They were
Well, that's
saying like that 28 days movie or whatever,
Yeah.
you can't find in any streaming services, and people were like, why can't we watch this?
Oh,
Exactly.
You,
So-
you should have bought it when it came out.
Yeah.
But
Like I did.
But here's the problem.
I have that on VHS
is-
and DVD.
But if they don't make a hard copy of a movie and you buy it on Amazon and you own the streaming thing, you honestly still don't. If they decide to like shut it down, you still lose it.
Well, that's why I have mine on a hard drive. All the digital things that I buy online are on a separate hard drive. I download them and put them onto a hard drive.
How do you download it off of Amazon?
Oh, not of Amazon. Like Vudu or Amazon Prime. If you buy it there, you can download it.
Okay.
And like play it.
What happens if the hard drive dies?
Well, then I'm fucked. All those things on there are dead. I should probably have a backup.
But isn't that weird that we're kind of going to run into this situation where like
Yeah.
there's stuff created now? So like,
Or-
for example,
I got mine here too.
All right.
Like, my VHS player died, so I have to go get that repaired because I have hundreds of VHS tapes I
Right.
otherwise can't
Right.
play.
Oh, yeah.
so you're going to walk into the drug front that says it fixes VHS tapes. You're like, I'm going to get my VCR fixed, and they're going to be like, we don't know.
Like these parts don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
They 3D print them now.
Sorry, the
Oh,
curse.
yeah.
And then you're going to tell them that, and they're going to go, we sell drugs here.
We sell drugs.
Cash only.
Show,
Yeah.
show up with their VCR and a vacuum. And they're like, I'm sorry, did you want cocaine?
Did you? Yeah.
No, I want you to fix these. You have to go to a legitimate store.
So this all happened recently. So Warner Brothers like pulled a bunch of stuff off of like Max and all that stuff. Did you see this?
Yeah.
And it was so bad because they don't want to pay the royalties. Like if they pull it and it's not being shown and it's not being watched, then they don't have to pay the royalties.
It's another way to fuck over actors.
And they can just bury it.
Yeah.
Well, it was so bad. There was like an anime guy that was like went on X or Twitter, where the fuck it's called, and he's like pirates, please pirate my show
Right.
so it exists.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that is fucking rough, man.
Right?
And it makes me like think back to like Hastings, where you went in and you were like, $5 for this game, sick,
Yeah.
used.
Sick.
And like that's a thing now. You like go on eBay like for a game that you're like, oh, I remember this game. You go on there, it's like $300.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Right.
Can someone please like put this on a different platform? Illegally? I don't care.
Well, the big one too is like I do the online racing and sim racing. So video games with racing are one of the quickest ones to go away because of all the car licensing.
Oh.
So as soon as that licensing is done, then they have to pull it.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
so you have to pirate that shit
Or get a hard copy.
or get a hard copy, which you can't.
Oh.
Then they're worth a lot of money.
Sure.
Now, there's a couple games that
With
are
that
like
sim game, I guess you couldn't get one, right?
you can't.
Your racing?
There's
Some of
some.
them?
There's some. Yeah. There's one that's like $300 now, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Like,
Jeez.
Guess I'll have to sail the seas, if you know what I mean.
Sail the sea.
through twice.
Right? But Hastings, man, I miss. Yeah, Hastings was it was just like a weird. Like you think back, it was like you could rent movies there.
Yeah.
You could buy posters there. You could buy music there. You could buy music equipment ish instruments. Some instruments, right?
Yeah, they had a little
They
section.
had some, yeah.
A little
Yeah.
Random T-shirts.
Random
Random
t-shirts.
t-shirts.
Right.
I think at the end there they did have that coffee shop in there.
Oh, they
Yeah.
had a coffee
Yeah, they
shop.
did have the
Yeah.
coffee shop.
Yes.
Coffee shop.
We saw our first concert there.
We saw
They
our
had a
first concert
concert in the
there.
parking lot. Yeah.
Hastings, get the fuck up.
Oh my god.
Really?
Seriously,
Yeah,
it was.
we
it
saw
was-
Little
It was
Rob.
outside.
Who was
Yeah.
Little Rod?
Little Rob.
Little Rob.
Little Rob.
Yeah.
This was back. Oh,
Got 2004.
yeah, a long time ago.
Back in '04 when we were watching Little Rob at the Hastings.
Yeah, he was like on a car.
Yeah, he was on a car.
Oh my god.
Oh my
How
god.
old, wait. How old were you guys?
Oh, we were young. Well, it was
mean-
his. He liked Little Robin, so my mom.
Yeah.
took us all
Is he
to
like?
go
Was he
see
like a
him.
rapper? Or was he?
He was a rapper.
Yeah.
Local rapper. We've been doing this local thing now for a very long time.
We've been supporting
We've been
local
supporting local
for a
music
long time.
since high school.
Little Rob.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Rob.
What would have been 15?
And was he out in the parking lot?
Younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
right in front of the big Hastings sign.
Hastings, how the fuck are y'all?
Yeah.
Was it like straight up like rap or was it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, the rap.
it wasn't like the rock rap.
No,
Little
no,
Rob.
it was like- it's like
Is he?
rap,
Where's
rap.
Little Rob now?
You know what? I
don't
don't
know.
know, and I feel like we should find
I think
out.
we should find
You
out.
should make
yeah.
a YouTube video.
Yeah. Where
There
is
we
Little
go.
Rob?
Little Mike.
He's like
He does signings at our store.
he's like
Yeah.
he's like the Hastings. Those were the salad
Those were the
days.
days.
Those
He's
are the
all,
days.
but they wouldn't last.
But they had a good green room, is what it was. That's what I heard.
Oh, did they?
Hastings had the good green room.
It was the coffee shop.
It was the coffee shop. There you
Just
go.
two chairs
I mean,
together.
okay. So I feel like we all are kind of like of a certain generation. Empire Records. I mean, we all watched that and we were like,
Oh,
she's
first
been
of
talking
all,
about this.
I have been talking about this movie to everyone.
nonstop.
I was like, that's the vibe I want to give.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm Liv Tyler,
yeah.
but that's the vibe I want to
Clearly.
give
And that was
for the store.
Okay.
I
Did you
love
know
Empire
that? Did you know that
Records.
movie was a bomb?
Was it really?
Yeah.
See, I found it at Hastings in the $5.
Right.
That's
It's one
why
of
it
the,
was
it's one of those
$5.
One of
movies
those classics.
that didn't do well in the theater,
I did not know that.
and then on the home video it exploded
Yeah.
because
It's
you
a
know
good movie.
because like as kids like they didn't promote it,
Yeah.
but like who wouldn't have wanted to work in that store?
That's what I keep telling Byron. Like, that's the vibe I want to give for Sandia. I just want it to be a cool place where people want to hang out.
Which one of you's doing the drugs? Who's having sex in the back room? What's happening?
The
here?
green room.
Who's committing suicide?
Oh man.
I just wear plaid skirts all day. No, yeah, no, I like it because I mean, in a way, it's like funny, but it's like realistically, like everyone wanted to hang out there.
Yeah.
Everyone, it was just like a cool place to hang out, and I was like, that's realistically when he wanted to open the music store. I was like, you need to watch this movie because that's the vibe I want to bring to Sandia. Like that's
wow.
literally what I want to bring is like where kids can come and literally on a Friday night just come hang out with us. They're just like talking to staff, and we're just hanging out.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
I
I was like,
that.
yeah, I've been talking about this movie forever.
Nonstop. That and business. I don't know what the two were.
That and
Business,
business and
business.
conducting business as well.
Conducting business.
What I want to know is how did Maria get involved? Like, how did you?
Oh, they know each other.
Yeah, we've known each other for a while.
We're pals. We're buddies. We're chums. Two chums in a bucket.
For a little while there, we had like just a little jam band going.
Yeah.
A jam?
kinda.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing serious. We just kind of jammed out
Where did you jam out at?
at Rock 101.
Yeah.
Rock 101.
Yeah.
So are you one of the? Are you guys like from that? Like, did you guys grow up through that?
No, I'm a late student.
Okay.
Shout out to JMO, one of the
JMO.
best drummers I know.
Okay.
He's in a band called Something Something.
Oh, I know that band.
Oh, man,
Something
what band is it
something.
called?
My favorite.
He's told me so many times.
what kind of music
The
is it?
free plug you can get. You don't
Free
remember
plug.
his name?
I'll have to look this up.
What kind of genre?
It's the good kind of genre.
The good kind.
Indie
Good
rock.
kind.
Indie rock.
Everything's indie rock to me.
Is it noise?
No. Smiley loves noise music.
I'm always hoping there's
Crime Lab.
Crime Lab.
Oh,
okay.
Crime Lab.
oh shit! I know Crime Lab.
Pretty close.
I know Crime Lab pretty well.
Yeah,
seen them.
so he's the drummer. He was my drum teacher for a really long
all right.
time. Yeah,
That's cool. Has
Yeah,
he
'cause, you
has
know-
he come into the store yet?
he has not.
What an asshole!
No, but I know he's always busy. He does teach a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And then
No,
you know,
that band is great.
Yeah.
I like those guys.
yeah, but yeah, no. So I was taking lessons there just to get better, to hone my craft.
How long have you been playing?
I've been playing now 15, 20 years.
Wow.
yeah.
He taught you back 15
No,
years
no,
ago?
no, no. Yeah, no. I started way back.
So you went to learn
went
more.
There, yeah, I went to learn more. Because at some point, I felt like just kind of like I plateaued.
You plateaued.
Where it was like, I know what I know and I'm good at it.
All right.
But the stuff that I don't know, I'm kind of just.
So here's how I feel about playing music. And I've been told I'm wrong. And it's fine. Like, I feel like every single human being can play an instrument to a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
And then they plateau. And if you work hard, you can go a little farther. But then there's some people that have natural talent that can take them way farther, but not everyone has that.
Right.
And I was told, because I was like, not everyone could be Eddie Van Halen. And someone's like, no, I think if you work hard, if you can. I was like, I don't agree on that.
Yeah.
I have a similar theory, but about soccer.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know, Messi and Ronaldo.
Sure.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Ronaldo was the one that put in all the work
Sure.
to get to where he is, and Messi was more naturally gifted.
Well, that's Larry Bird and Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And they're both good, but you can tell the difference between who's naturally gifted and who
right.
isn't.
But like I
Right.
could play guitar every day for 8 hours
Yeah.
and never be Eddie Van Halen. I could be good, but I can't be that great. You know what I mean? Or whatever, or Joe Satriani or whatever.
Yeah.
But like someone's like, no, I think if you just apply yourself, anybody could be that good. And I was like, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. Not in my experience. I mean, I took years and years of piano lessons, and you know what I can do? I can kind of play the piano, and I
Right.
can read music. That was
Right.
easy. But now I'm still like, I don't think this is.
Yeah.
I don't think this is working.
But see, I think
I've been at this for 6 years, and I'm like only gotten like this much better.
I like the plateau reference because I said the same thing. Like you play guitar and then you hit a wall, and if you're not, then like if you're taking lessons, you may need to go take lessons from someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to change it, and then and it's good to do that anyway. Just to like learn different things or to play with different people and see different things. But I feel like everybody can get to a certain level, and then there's too much. Like some people it's astronomical, but some people it's down here. It's just how fucking life works. It's called talent, And someone's like, I don't agree with that. I'm like, okay, well, cool.
We can agree to disagree. There's nothing wrong with that,
You
yeah.
practice for 9 hours a day, and you be Eddie Van Halen.
There you
Apparently.
go. Yeah.
I don't know.
I kind of do agree with that because, like, I did plateau.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm naturally gifted, but I could be better. Right. And I feel like
Sure.
the time that I was with Jameson,
Right.
I did feel like I grew in my technique.
Yeah.
But that's because I applied myself. I started doing lessons. I
Well,
did the homework.
Is it all applying yourself? There's applying yourself, and then there's things you hadn't thought of that you're like, oh fuck, and then like when to see if this makes sense, things you hadn't thought of, and someone shows you, and then that like all of a sudden opens this new area where you're like, well fuck, if I can do that, I can do this, and this, and it just opens it up. But you didn't even think of it until someone showed it to you,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden now your brain, like, that's creativity to me. But like, does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And it gets more, to the lessons part is just that instant feedback.
Yeah.
Of where you can take online lessons, you can kind of follow along with what
Right.
they're showing you on the video, but there's maybe a little hair that you're doing different, and that little thing is the human aspect, I guess, of the lesson, the one-on-one, of where they can give you that instant feedback,
Sure.
and tell you, well, do it this way and see how it feels, and it just feels great, and that kind of pushes you forward to something else.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, and it pushes you in a direction that you could take it, and then you come back to that person, and you're like, remember that thing you showed me? And they're like, yeah, I took that and I did this, and this to it. And they're like, oh shit, look at that. And it's morphed into this, that's what I love about like art and music and everything, is like how you can just kind of take it and go, hopefully you can.
Oh yeah, I mean, most of the brick walls are in your head. They're matte. I'm like, oh, I hit a wall. Oh wait, I can go around it.
Well, yeah.
Maybe I'm not
Yeah.
great at this, but I can use that information and just maybe redirect it.
Right.
Small little detour.
Yeah, just a little detour. We'll still get where
That's
I was
awesome.
going.
And that's why it's cool to have a community hub, a music store
There you go.
in your neighborhood. Like, let's go into that a little bit. Sorry, Brody, we're still talking.
Didn't want to interrupt you. Yeah.
Did you hear that groan, man?
Yeah.
That was something else, man.
Get
Oh,
this touchy subject for me.
it's like community crap. It's like I feel like that's a thing that's lost. It's like you like the people that are going to benefit from your store to me are the kids in that area.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are going to come in, especially the ones that are disconnected and are like, I feel this way and no one else feels this way. And they're going to come to your store and they go, holy shit, other people that feel this way, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like, wow, like, cool.
I thought that's just what living on the west side was like.
Yeah.
We're all disconnected.
Basically,
When
yeah.
Smiley, when I went over there, I was like, this is disconnecting.
Where am I?
There are a lot of restaurants there.
There.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Who are these people?
You got a school right here and a
The
gas station
whole-
on the other.
Yeah.
Whole nother city.
Yeah.
It's like doing nail
What's
salons
around the Matucci's now? What's happening here?
What's happening?
There's too many things. I want to
Yeah.
go back to downtown.
Go back downtown.
there.
No, but I mean that's the thing. Like the kids in your neighborhoods, they're gonna come. They're gonna
Yeah.
come hang out.
Yeah.
Sometimes to an annoyance, but like
Yeah, no, when we were doing all the construction, so many kids showed up.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, you can't technically be in here without a hard hat.
yeah.
You know, peek in there, but
But they just wanted to know what was
they
going
just wanted to do
on.
what's out. They were very
Oh,
curious.
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
see, that's good. It's
Yeah.
good, man. The kids are into some like. This is when like I look at things and I go, oh, we're good. Is when you see the music scene and you see like the 16, 17, 18-year-old kids
Yeah.
and how amped they are about music. And everybody's like, rock is dead. And I'm like, the bullshit it is.
Or,
Right.
or
You gotta
dude,
even mind.
even the 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-old kids in bands rocking it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Which, you know, as a drummer that is plateaued and try to get better,
Yeah.
it's always like a little, like, I feel bad. Like, maybe I should never play again when I hear, like, these, you know, 15, 16-year-olds just shredding it on the
Oh,
drums.
yeah.
Like they're putting stuff together. That
On
is
their YouTube channel?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like just combinations, like, and just like paradiddles and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, I never would have thought of that ever. And there's this kid doing it, you know, while rocking out to some random song.
But see, now you
it's
see
like-
it and you're like, well, fuck, I could probably do that.
yeah, but
Exactly.
they're already there, and I have to get there. So by the time I get there, they're gonna be miles ahead.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It'll be so much better.
It'd be
But
so much better.
But then, you know, here's how I feel about that.
They could be podcasting it. Maybe they only make it 10 episodes, man. And they're
Right.
like, oh, maybe this isn't for me.
Right.
Right.
So
Like, psych.
here's how I feel about that. I have a friend who has his master's in Spanish classical guitar. He's actually the guy that I actually like took lessons from for guitar. Right. I can go. He would be like, you should come to my recital. I'm like, cool, I'll go, and I can go watch him. And for 5 minutes, it is the most oppressive guitar playing shit I've ever seen in my entire life. And then I'm like, huh, let's go watch somebody play 3 chords and fucking rock the stage.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean? You know,
Recitals are their own thing.
but I mean,
yeah,
like,
their own
but
thing.
like, you know what? Like, I respect what Joe Satriani does. I'm not really gonna buy a ticket when he comes to town. I'm not. But if Green Day comes to town, I'll go watch them.
Yeah, you're all, yeah.
I'm all excited, and they play 3 chords. That's
for
where
some
I'm
bands.
trying. That's where I'm trying to like tell you, like, hey, there's room enough for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, there's people that are gonna go to the Kyle Wayne Shepherd or whatever his name is shows. There's people gonna go to that. I'm not. I'm gonna go watch a band play that I'm like, fuck yeah, this is dope. I'm gonna go watch fucking Dinosaur Jr. blow my eardrums out at fucking El Rey.
Right?
There you go.
I don't know if you've ever been to Dinosaur Jr. show. It's the loudest fucking, like, someone's like, what's the loudest band you've ever seen? I'm like, Dinosaur Jr. And they're like,
Oh,
really?
yeah.
I'm like, yes. I've seen them 3 times and my ears almost bled.
Yeah. You stand all the way at the back.
With ear protection.
With ear
and-
protection.
And still can't hear the next
And you're
day.
still like,
Yeah. But
if I take these out, my ears will bleed. And I'm as far away from the stage
Yeah.
and still being in the video.
But still, entertained.
Oh my God, I love those
Yeah.
shows.
But you don't have to be a virtuoso to entertain people.
True. What is it?
Yeah.
One of my favorite drummers is the drummer for Khruangbin.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
guys know that band,
No.
I'm not familiar.
the guitar is crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And this guy's just keeping time signature I don't think he's ever missed a beat. Like,
Yeah.
and it just, and that's it.
Yeah.
All 20 songs that they play live, same thing. And it's really the guitar that's kind of getting everything going.
Right.
And every once in a while he'll throw something like, crazy in there.
Let's not forget the
it's
bass player,
like-
man. The bass player's got to keep the groove, man.
Oh no, she's the female bassist in that band. Like that's just impressive on its own. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the best drummer in the world? Who's your drummer? Who's your guy? Who's your person? Or person, not guy.
Jameson from Crime Lab. Can I put that out there?
No, like famous drummer.
He is famous.
All right,
He's in
Famous
Crime
to
Lab,
me.
dude.
but like when you wanted to become a drummer, who did you look up to?
When I started, I listened a lot to Cobus,
I have no idea who that is.
With V?
Cobus.
B.
Koba is metal.
Cobus.
I don't know then.
Sounds metal.
No, he's a dude from South Africa.
Oh, a guy named Cobus.
A guy
I didn't
named
mean a
Cobus.
band named Cobus. Okay.
Yeah, he did a ton of covers when
Okay.
YouTube was like becoming a thing.
A guy just playing drums.
Yeah, just a bunch of covers.
Interesting.
And he had like this massive set, like 20 pieces.
I'm expecting like Neil Peart or like
Yeah, no, and it was just like his creativity.
John Bonham.
What was the biggest thing?
Okay.
And he was just doing stuff that was like it fits with the song and it's great. But there's probably a reason why they didn't do that. He's just doing covers. And that was a big one. And I cannot tell you this guy's name. But he always wore slacks and dress shoes. Yeah.
Just,
That was
but he
just-
played by himself. No,
yeah.
no band.
Yeah, no. He was just like he would go and just perform drums.
Okay.
And that was his thing. And he always wore slacks and dress
You're the
shoes.
first person I've ever talked to. Is like I just liked a drummer that played solo.
Yeah, no, it's great.
The guy by himself on YouTube.
What about you? Like who?
Well, we got a solo drum act in our town.
Who? Kirby.
Kirby.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's
do you
a
know?
thing.
Do you
I
know
Come
Kirby?
Drums.
I
don't
come
know
drums. You don't know Kirby?
I don't
Oh
know
wow.
It's one man drum act.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we
And
get
like
two-man drum
so-
act? Is that a
Just
thing?
you and him.
Is it
No.
dual pianos, dueling drums?
Yeah.
no.
Hey.
Hold on. Well, Kirby. Well, I mean that's been a thing. The OCs do a dual drummer.
Dual drums.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what was the band back in the day? Fuck.
I know who you're talking about.
Leeches of Lore.
Yeah.
Leeches
that's
of Lore would do a two drummer set, and the drummers would drum in unison.
Okay.
And when they would do Leeches of Lorchestra, because they would instead of doing Leeches of Lore, they would do Leeches of Lorchestra, and they'd bring in more people, and that was insane.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who Raven Chacon is?
I don't.
You guys don't? So Raven Chacon is a local Albuquerque
I know
guy.
everyone.
He's a local Albuquerque guy that was a noise musician.
Oh yeah, for sure. One of
And he
my
was
favorites.
in what's the band? Tenderizer.
Yeah, he was in Tenderizer,
And-
Black Guys, and
Yeah. And he would sit in on the Leeches of Orchestra stuff. And then like I saw him do noise music twice. Booked. And the police tried to arrest him.
booked by the city, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the city. The
Because
city
they were
Same city tried to arrest him.
they were upset by how jarring his music was, right? So he won the Pulitzer Prize for music 2 years ago,
Yes.
and then the city gave him the key to the city.
Yeah.
And I laughed. I was like,
Anywhere, yeah.
and I brought that up to him. I was like, I like how they gave you the key to the city, but both times I saw you play, they tried to arrest you.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Moving along here. I'm supposed to be playing right now. This is on the event calendar.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Move along.
I miss
Stop
it.
playing.
But see, that's the environment I want to get back to, is where like the creativity, the fun, the community, so I like this. I like what you guys are doing. I'm stoked about it.
We do too.
I'm
super
excited
stoked.
to
It's
see.
super fun.
I'm excited to see your guys' like evolution. You know what I mean? Because that'll there'll be what you're going to constantly like be trying to do things, and you're like, well, this didn't work, and then you're like, and oh, this did work.
Right.
This
Try to
thing,
really find our
Yeah.
place
Your
in the whole
groove.
community.
Your groove.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already fun.
How
It's already
Sandia
fun.
Music and Sound got its groove back.
Hey.
10 years from now, there's just
10
a
years from
documentary that comes out.
Right.
Right.
Like, well, when we started it, there was a lot of Karens in the parking lot trying to pick up the kids.
A lot of Karen.
Then we burned the school. Someone burned the school down.
Somebody, we don't know who.
Allegedly, someone.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I do not recall.
Coincidentally.
The principal was arrested because of drugs.
Yeah.
No. We'll make this documentary now.
Yeah, why not? Make it happen.
We're up and coming.
Up and coming.
Get Chris Walsh on the phone. He's a documentarian, right?
There we go.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get out of here. So you guys go check out Sandia Music and Sound on the west side. What's the address?
5105 Homestead Circle Northwest.
Nice, yeah.
On the corner of Taylor Ranch and Homestead.
If you're a kid and you are rebellious and you don't know where you fit in life, go there
Yeah.
and hang
That
out.
was us, yeah.
Just fucking hang out, right?
We have coffee. We have
We have
chairs.
coffee, we got chairs.
Is the coffee
Chairs is the big
free
thing.
or is
Yeah.
it like
Yeah.
special?
Free
Oh.
coffee.
Yeah, our
Free
vending machine
coffee.
is free.
Yeah.
The vending machine?
The vending
Wait,
machine is
wait,
free.
wait.
You gotta-
Whoa.
You didn't. You
Free.
missed that.
I did, yeah. What kind of vending machine we got here?
Pop.
What is it? It's a specific vending machine. I remember the name because I had to look it up to figure out how to use it.
Basically sodas. And
but
free
yeah, just
stickers,
sodas.
though.
And
So
free
look
stickers.
up your stickers.
Free stickers.
Free
We have a-
coffee,
we
free
have a
soda, free
bathroom.
stickers.
Yeah.
There's
Green
lights.
room that's up and
There's a green
coming.
room up and coming.
There's going to be some DIY shows.
Yes.
There's going to be some comedy shows.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe showcases. We've talked to
We
a
just
couple
Oh,
of
I'm
pull
sure.
all the
local
strings that we
teachers.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's awesome. I mean, immediately as soon as you told some comedians that they could have a room that they could do, they were like, boom, boom, boom. They were lining up.
That's what Royal said. He was like, "This is one of the better stages I've seen."
Yeah, they were lining. They're
And
gonna
we
line
do
up.
that thing together.
I was like, you know what? If you need to practice, come tell some jokes.
Oh my
here."
god, comedians are like,
Yeah.
they come to my house and they're like, oh man, you have this outside slab. We should do comedy shows. They said, you should do comedy shows. I'm like, all right, let's slow down.
Well, because there's also nothing on the west side too. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
I think is our big thing. Is like just
There's
come
a
on the
couple
west
of shows over there, but yeah, it's always like it's random. Yeah,
side. Yeah.
but a lot of them are at like places where you have to be 21 to get in.
Yeah.
you know. So the all ages, they're gonna have some all ages DIY shows where you guys can just get.
and maybe even some not all ages stuff.
You can get in the pit and rip it up, rip it up.
Yeah.
Rip it up in the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll make a pin.
you
We'll
know.
make a pit.
If
We'll
you
block it
guys,
off.
Tiny little
if you guys have
We'll tape
never,
it off.
if you guys have always wanted to go gathering of the Juggalos but have never been able to go,
Not at Sandy.
I was going to say that's how to
a-
describe that.
Christopher.
Different.
Juggalos.
It's a different location.
you guys aren't Juggalo friendly.
It's in the
Oh.
back.
In the back.
It's at the gas station.
Gas station.
No, it's at the
Between
school.
Sandia and the
Yeah.
gas station.
I'm just kidding. I'm Juggalo friendly, by the way. The Juggalos are going to save us all.
I was looking around. I'm like, don't we have some like?
Well, those are
that was the other
community. That's a
studio.
community.
that's a
You're talking about
That's
community.
a community.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
Juggalos will say, dude, I lost my phone and the Juggalo saved it. So, and called me and said, or called my friend and said, I have your friend's phone and got it back to me. So,
With a full battery.
He charged it for you.
charged the battery, cleaned it, replaced the screen.
The screen
God's word.
protector's
Screen
new.
protector.
Yeah, all
And
new.
with the case, it was
Yeah.
like we.
And it said whoop whoop on the case all of a sudden. So yeah,
That's good.
it's good
That is
times.
a community.
They are. I have nothing bad to say about them. Duke City Championship Wrestling, December 28th at the El Rey Theater. We are returning to the El Rey Theater from the Rio Rancho
Event
hiatus.
Center.
Yeah. And it's good to be back home. When we do shows in El Rey, it's crazy. It's the level of noise in that gets like I'm on commentary and I can't have headphones on and I can't hear. It's crazy.
Dang.
It's so loud when Hobo Hank comes out. The crowd goes insane. Check out the Duke City Championship Wrestling on YouTube. Where I'm talking. We were in Chicago
Yeah, we were.
in October, and a kid stopped me and thanked me for starting the wrestling. I was like,
You're welcome.
but I was in Chicago. I
Now
didn't
you
even
know
know
you
we
made
were-
it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
one of the signs.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for coming on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing the shot of Malort. That was the first time we've like not told people what it was and just let it happen.
It was
It
great.
wasn't that
It was great.
bad. Yeah, I still say it
I
wasn't
loved
that
it. I'll
bad.
say it
Still
again.
taste it.
I
Nice.
loved it.
Do you really?
Do a little bit.
See, I don't. It's
not gonna go away.
So I'm not complaining because I like the way it tastes.
Yeah,
Very,
that's-
very more yummy.
I've had some stuff, and that is some stuff.
That's that's a good litmus test there because I'm like I cry every time. I'm like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
why am I pouring bile down my throat?
Oh my god.
What's wrong with you? I've had people that are like, "You're the guy that drinks Malort. What's wrong with you?" I'm like,
How
like,
much
do
time
you-
do you have?
I just like to have a good time. That's what all it is. Yeah.
everybody always goes, "Do you really like it?" I'm like, "No, I've never said I like it." And they're like, "Well, then why do you drink?" I'm like, because I like the idea of it. I like the idea that
I
there's
like the
something
theory behind it.
that something out there is jarring.
Yeah.
And it's been around since the early 1900s, and it's still there. There's a whole there's reaction videos. There's
yeah.
There's Irish people drink Malort on YouTube. There's all these things. It's
A whole
fun.
community. Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go.
A community of crazy.
I know at least 2 people that have a Malort tattoo, and I have a hoodie.
Yeah,
They don't make hoodies, by the way. That had to be custom made.
we had we
You
had-
made it yourself.
No, I had them made.
Yeah.
And they found out about it, and they were like, "Are you selling them?" I was like, "No." They're like, "Oh, all right."
Chill.
Cool.
They were like, "Cool." They're like, "All right."
Yeah, it was more than all right. They're all, oh yeah, that's awesome.
They're dope. Yeah.
Can you
And-
send us the?
They look really good.
And then we were at the distillery, and the distiller has a Malort shirt that he got from a company that they sued and had them shut down. But he still got one.
You still got the shirt.
Those
I
are
was like-
badass, but don't sell them.
But you
Shut you
sold
down.
them, we're shutting you down. We have to, it's about, but yeah. So check these guys out. If you're on the west side, definitely. If you gotta, buy some sticks or drums or, guitars, or a trombone.
Or from
We have it.
Silver plated.
Do you guys have tab books?
we will.
Hastings used to have
We
tab
will.
books. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Ah.
We actually
Is that a thing anymore?
kind of
Tab books?
Yeah, it's I guess part of the growing pains and learning stuff
Yeah.
as we go. We had I think it was Thursday, like 10 people came in asking for books,
Oh.
and that was something where I'm like, I don't think we really need them. People don't really use them anymore.
But
I
then,
told
but
you in the
then,
beginning we
but
should've
then
got
you'll
books.
buy them, and then they won't
Yeah.
come back in.
Yeah,
Right.
No, that place doesn't have
So
tab
we
books.
ordered some, and they will be here.
But what
But
books
it's,
do you buy? Like, how do you know what to get?
So we have a really good relationship with the rep for Hal Leonard, one of the biggest distributors of sheet music.
Yeah.
And I picked her brain, and I was like, I don't know much about it. What do you think would
She's like,
benefit
well,
us?"
Metallica.
Yeah. She gives like a list of things. I'm like, that looks good.
I would assume Metallica's probably one of the big ones, right?
I guess we'll see when
Okay,
the
we'll
shipment
find out.
comes
Yeah,
in.
we'll find out what we get. Yeah.
All right. That's cool. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah.
Go check these guys out. And you guys can't go to the box Christmas party. I'm sorry. So go to Tom Waits for Christmas at Launchpad because you can't get into that, and it'll be dope. I don't even know who's playing that.
Does it matter?
It doesn't.
It's such a great,
that's
fun
a great
time.
show. Barney Lopez puts on. He dresses up as Tom. So everybody thinks it's about Tom Waits, but it's not. It's like Tom is the character he is, and he's waiting for Christmas. But if you're playing, you can be Tom Waits. You can play Tom Waits songs,
And people definitely do, yeah.
and people definitely do. So
That was
yeah.
very clever.
So come out on Thursday. This is like my 4th or 5th one to be. I'm not doing anything. I'm not actually participating.
No, it's just a fun show.
Right. It's fun. I enjoy it. But if you see me sitting in my booth, do not look in the eyes or talk to me. But I'm just kidding.
Just look down.
No,
Just
that's
look down
my,
and walk by.
that's my line.
Just kidding.
Do not look James Smiley in the eyes. You will
Yeah.
go for your throat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for coming on Sandia Music and Sound. With that,
We are 10 drink minimum.